Welcome to Truck Beers.
Hey, we're back into it.
Yay!
My algorithm is just nothing but watching dudes.
Do weirdness.
No, just they're parking big rigs in weird tight spots.
Oh, the mic sounds pretty good attached to the other mic.
Fuck yeah, it does. We did a good job on that. All right, so we're live on this.
We're live on all the things. Well, we're not live on Spotify.
I thought it was funny when I was sitting there just fucking chatting away. You just let it cold open to the. Yeah,
it's my favorite. Since we can't do the surprise sound check anymore, since we're doing live stuff, there's something's got to be for me.
Yeah, no, that's great. We need like an on-air light somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I think it will be when we have a studio. This is our studio. This will be our studio forever.
It's Truck Beers HQ.
HQ, TBHQ.
Yeah, it's less mobile than the previous version, which was the truck.
Think how far we've gotten.
Yeah, we've moved indoors.
We went inside a house. We're no longer yelling at cars when they pass by. You can still hear the P stream. This one you won't, because I don't know if y'all can see, but
I'm trying something new with the mics.
We've zip tied our wireless mic to our actual mic. So
we have mic stands now, so I can do this with my hands.
We have mic stands. We have empty. Yeah, we started. Good timing though. That was good. He felt it in the.
Felt the aura.
Yeah, he's like, "Whoa, they're doing something."
The vibes have changed.
I think it's cool that there's more things being added to our desk. I say our desk, your desk.
This is our desk.
Oh, I think it.
Yeah, you're on YouTube right now. Go away.
Go away. There's creepers out there, and they don't need to see you.
Scoot.
Headshot. You had a cool weekend, ish. You saw Matt Pryor. That's all I was gonna.
Yeah. Friday night, I went to Stanley's in Tyler and saw Matt Pryor. Scoot now. Saw Matt Pryor. He's the singer for the Get Up Kids, the New Amsterdams.
Yeah.
I think he's got another project that I'm not really familiar with. It was pretty cool. There was a local guy that opened for him.
Right.
Or was, I guess 2/3 of a local band.
Yeah, was that the acoustic basses?
Yeah, acoustic guitar and bass.
Better turn that off.
Rat Maker is the name of the band.
Rat Maker?
Yeah.
Be better for rap makers.
They were pretty cool. Pretty chill. They did a couple of covers, a lot of originals. They're kind of shoegazy, I think, is what the guy said when they do like full band stuff.
Right.
And then Matt Pryor played. He only played for like an hour, maybe an hour 15 minutes. It was I expected to be a longer set.
Really?
I also didn't know there was a local opener until they started playing, and I was like, "Oh, cool." Okay, thank you, McCain. You need to leave.
It smells my cat.
He
said Luna's licking.
I know. I heard him. I had some nachos, had a couple beers. I had a pretty good time. I went by myself. I ran into some girl that I went to high school with that I haven't seen in probably 10 years.
Was she there to see him?
Yeah.
Too? Oh.
Yeah.
Was she single?
No.
Very much not single.
Very cool chick. You know Mandy Montana, the radio.
Yeah.
It's her.
Oh.
She graduated the year after I did.
Yeah.
That's not her real last name, but that's her.
It's not Mandy Montana?
No, it's Mandy. Her first name is Mandy, but Montana is not the last name. She has a podcast also. It's called something about the something morning show. I don't know the name of it. I'm sorry. She's not going to listen to this, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah. But if she does, use your real name, coward.
She was a radio DJ.
Yeah, I know.
So, yeah.
Yeah, every like radio DJ guys, they use fake names.
Yeah.
Which is kind of wild to me.
Yeah, like, you're not a porn star. Just
no.
You're gonna buy into it, make it something obnoxious.
Yeah, my name is Pedro Diazgo Sanchez or something, and everyone's like, "That's not it."
You're so white. Yeah.
I don't know. What's his name? There's this dude local. I think he uses his real name. It's Buddy Logan. That guy. I think he uses his actual name.
I don't know if that's his actual name or not, but I think it might be. The Texas Country Radio guy?
Yeah. Yeah, I used to like his radio show. They'd play good music on Saturday night.
Right.
And you're drinking beer, and just crying. oh, fucking Pat Green.
And so they did that Friday, and then Saturday, I picked the kids up Saturday morning and took them to the zoo.
Mm-hmm.
We had lunch there and walked around for a couple hours.
Yeah, my kid said that zoo's way better now.
It is. They've got a whole new like Amazon River
Yeah.
experience kind of deal. They
Yeah.
like where the petting zoo was at.
Right.
They rebuilt that whole side of the zoo.
Yes.
And they've got like the big river otters have a new enclosure.
Oh fuck yeah!
But they still have the other. These are giant river otters.
Yeah.
They still have the other river otters over on the other side.
That's my favorite.
I love them. They're
I can watch them for hours.
Yeah.
They used to have a fox.
They had a fox.
Yeah, we still have a fox.
Yep.
Yeah.
A little red fox.
And last time I was at the zoo is when What Does the Fox Say song.
Yeah.
So there's like 40 preteens and teenagers like, hey, what do you say, Fox? I was like, and I just like, I remember getting like really sad, like this poor motherfucker.
Yeah. He just wants to sleep.
Has to sit here and listen to these idiots. They can't even speak English. Like whatever you're saying to them, they have no idea.
No.
They just see
maybe
fucking pimple-faced children going. I hate it. Yeah. No, my kids went to the zoo last week with their mom, and they said it's gotten like way cooler.
Well, my kid's mom was going to take them last weekend, but McCade got sick.
Yo.
Yeah, he woke up
Finally caught up to him.
Sunday morning puking everywhere, I guess.
Really?
Last Sunday. And then apparently again this Monday. I'm like, neat.
Cool.
He was fine when he was at my house.
That's my favorite. It's like, hey, the kid's sick. He's like, the kid was fine when it left my house.
What did you do?
Yeah.
And then I mowed.
I saw that.
Did yard work.
Crisp edges.
Yeah, did yard work the rest of the day Saturday, and then finished it on Monday when I got home from work.
Out of all the things that I miss.
I didn't do a damn thing Sunday.
Out of all the things I miss about being like a homeowner, mowing the yard is probably on top of it. I love that shit. I'd make a Saturday out of it.
Yeah.
Wake up early, mow yards, and I feel like I worked my way into a beer by like 10:30 a.m. That's really cool. Go ahead and thank you. It's just a secret way to drink. That's not for me, dude. I don't know. Your dad said go this way, so see you later.
Hey, seriously.
Come on, buddy. He just wants to soak up the attention. He's like, is there a camera on? Let me do my close up.
He's been saying since he was like 4.5, 5 that he wants to have his own YouTube show. So now he's just like, you're on
Dad's
YouTube?
doing it? Trying to steal my thunder? We getting in comments?
Yeah.
What are they saying? Sub?
Sup, and then somebody said, bro, so rude.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, we don't want children on the camera. That's
He's probably talking about the children on the camera.
Mm.
Just busting up in here. We're going to see the Minecraft movie on Saturday.
Is it already out?
Comes out Friday.
Oh, Cash, he wants to see it. I was like, you know nothing about Minecraft other than what you've seen. He's never played it. He's only played it like a handful of times.
We
but
played
he's
over
like,
here that one night.
Well, he's obsessed with it, and I know him, so I was like, you're not going to play it.
Because he will never stop.
I need you to be a human for a while. Because if you get on that thing, you're cooked, son. You have my personality.
Right.
I don't have video game consoles. I know who I am.
Yeah, that will be your entire life.
I would not be a human.
Right.
Yeah, I'd be pale, fat, bald, just everything.
What you are now, but fat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's it. I'll just be fat. I couldn't wear this cool fucking onesie.
Thanks for joining us tonight, Top Gun.
You're
Appreciate
welcome, Goose. No, my kids kind of talked me into this. I had to go buy some work pants. Yeah. Because I've been burning them up. And we went to the Army Navy store.
That's where you got that?
Yeah. Yeah. You goddamn right I did. You hear that? We went to the Army Navy store and fucking I looked at them and I was like, God, I wish I had the confidence to wear that just around.
Yeah.
And
Why not?
My daughter was like, you're the most confident person I know, Dad.
It's true.
And I was like, fuck.
That's yeah, that's true.
So I said, I'll try it on. If it looks stupid, I won't buy it. So I tried it on, and the kids were like, I walked out. I was like, what do y'all think? And Cashton says, that's fucking cool. Without using the fuck word,
Right.
but like, He's like, that's cool, Dad. And I was like, you think I look cool in this? He's like, you're the coolest. And I know he wasn't.
I'll take 5.
I was like, I'm buying these. And also I bought work pants because that's the original. I don't know. Fucking Wrangler came out with brush poppers again.
Really?
The old fucking 90s country bright pearl snap 100% cotton shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, on JCPenney, they're like $40.
Ugh. That's still a store?
Yeah.
Huh?
Well, online. That's what I was looking. Everywhere else, they're like $60, $55, $60.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna break my fucking budget this week and buy me about 5 of them.
Starch the piss out of them.
I'm coming back, baby.
Oh boy.
Woo! No, I think it's time that like when I go to work, I look like fucking $1 million. So
say dress for the job you want, right?
Yeah.
And you want to be Garth Brooks.
I want to be Garth Brooks.
Yeah.
That's it. That's if I have to weld, I'm gonna look good doing it. I fucking hate welding. It's getting hot again.
Yeah.
I had to lift like fucking look at my hands. You see them?
Yeah.
So we had to break a bunch of shit, and it's all 1/8 plate. And there's there's like a break. There's a break this way, and then there's a break, and a break.
You're making boxes, sort of.
Well, no, it's just where these ends line up.
Oh, I got it.
It's all like 1 inch, 3 inch, 3 inch. So we had to break one and then fucking flip a whole sheet.
Break the other
Break the other one. And I had to look at my boss was out there, and I was like, I can't keep doing this.
I don't want to do this anymore.
He's like, you need to take a break. I was like, I don't want to do this. I'm about to go home. Like, I don't feel good now. This is heavy, dude.
I hate my life.
Look at me. I'm almost fucking 40. I can't be doing this shit anymore.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be tigging over there as a good boy. I can weld, but lifting heavy stuff, I'm not
here for it.
And there was like this young guy, he just never wanted to take a break. I was like, fuck you, Trace. I'm dying out here, and he's just fucking full of piss.
Like, just because your back doesn't hurt yet doesn't mean it's not going to one day. Fucking take it easy, man.
I remember when I was the fucking one in there trying to like make it pissed me off so bad because he was like, I'm fine. I was like, shut up, bitch. I ain't asking you. I don't feel good. It's hot, and I can't breathe right anymore. Yeah. I don't know. It really pissed me off. Almost killed him. Yeah, my weekend, I just had my children. I had my children from Thursday night till, well, I had them last night too. I took them to karate. So, yeah. Yeah,
luckily, I mean, I had mine Wednesday last week, obviously, because they were here. And then took them home Sunday. Jacqueline watched them for me on Friday night, so I go to the show. But other than that, they were with me,
but they're
driving me crazy.
Yeah. My kids, we actually had a really good time. I introduced them to Bill and Ted.
Oh, nice.
And I was like racking my brain to like, is this okay for them to watch?
Yeah.
It's a fucking great movie.
Yeah,
Show your kids Bill and Ted.
There's no...
And also, it was really dope because Cashton was like... So like in the beginning of Bill and Ted shows up in the Quick Mart.
Yep.
And my Cashton just calls. He's like, this is going to be important later. And I was like... You called that right then and there. He's like, time can be whatever.
Time's a circle, Dad.
He just had it, and I was like, what are you? They killed something in my car. My car smells like a dead thing, and I can't find it.
Oh no,
I can't find it anywhere. I asked them last night. I was like, what did y'all murder in the back seat, and not tell me? And they're like, nothing, Dad. And I was like, do you not smell this? It's heating up, and there's something.
It's marinating.
If I get pulled over.
They're going to look for a dead body.
They're going to be like, where's it at, Casey Anthony? And I'm like, I don't know.
Please find it for me because I want it out of here.
Yeah, if you can find it, like, don't bring the cadaver dog because it's going to fucking mark on my car.
The whole truck's going to be like, oh, that's a crime scene.
God damn, dude. It's I don't know what it is. I've looked everywhere. I'm going to just take it and strip out everything and soak it with bleach. That's not suspicious. I don't know what else to do.
Park it in the woods,
I guess. I'm just scared to drive it now because it smells like a dead body.
You reach the point where you have to roll the windows down every time.
I thought maybe I bought something like meat,
and it fell out of the bag.
And it fell out of the bag. Can't find it. That's what it smells like: soiled meat.
Or one of them ate something and dropped it in a crevice that you haven't found yet, and it's just slowly rotted.
I bet one of my daughters had a piece of raw steak. And then stuffed it in the seat. I don't know. They're fucking animals. I don't know.
You know you can cook that before you eat it, right?
Yeah. No, that's all we did. We went. Well, no, we went to Louisiana.
Oh yeah, the wedding.
Yeah, my little brother got married. I'm very proud of him. I love him very much. He listens to the podcast, and he
Hey, good for him for moving it from Friday afternoon to Saturday like a human.
no shit. I was like, I gotta fucking.
Do you want people to come? Don't do it on Friday.
Well, I
at
think
2 o'clock in the afternoon.
I think originally he was like, we should do it on Tuesday so nobody comes because everybody's fighting. Apparently, I got there, and they're like, well, they don't like them. And this. I was like,
no.
Oh, fucking grow up, guys.
Yeah.
You know, and like I'm in the middle of a church.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
So,
Look at me, I survived.
So like it was like my 3 kids, and then Chad's daughter, him, and his son. And me and Chad were just, it was atrocious. The rest of the family was in front of us, and like seriously, Mama T had to look around like, stop it.
Oh wow.
And I was like, I'm a grown ass man. If I want to make my little brother's wedding fun, who's gonna stop me?
Right.
I'm not a child anymore. Your threats don't scare me.
I'm
and then
not
she
even-
gave me the look. I was like, okay, shit, fuck. I'm sorry, dude.
I'm not even drunk yet.
Yeah. I didn't drink at all. I was bone sober. Just I was on one though. I had to drive my
That's
mom.
what happens when you and Chad get together.
It's he's coming on the podcast eventually. If you guys don't know me, I have a brother. His name's Chad, and like when we're together, it's bad.
Yeah.
We just pure debauchery, unholy.
It's so much fun, though.
It's so much fun. Like we don't care if we go to jail. Like
Checks out.
we just we like. I mean, we just fucking fall into it. And like we're in a church, and like I kept looking at his son. I was like, "Hey, if you shit your pants right now, uncalled for." He's like, "What are you talking to me?"
Just out of nowhere.
And then I'm not gonna say his kid's name, but I came up with a cool nickname for him. And
Shit pants.
no, has to do with Ludacris, but it's his name. And he's like, "No one's ever thought of that." I was like, "That's why you need me around." It just bums me out because
You're welcome.
his kids and my kids, they don't know each other very
That
much.
sucks.
Well, because when we get together, it's just us. Because like kids don't need to be a part of that. I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
So
For the safety of all involved.
saw my sister's kids. They have the fattest cheeks of any kid, and I can't stop touching them. I'm like, "Hey, come here." And I poke his cheek, and I'm like, "God, how do you do that, dude? That's awesome."
Are they like young?
Yeah,
Yeah.
They're 17. No,
They're just fat.
they're just fat. No, they're little. They're little guys, and they're super cute, and they like talk shit a little bit.
Nice.
I'm like, that a boy.
Go get him, Tiger.
Yeah. But other than that, I wanted to stay longer in Louisiana, but I had my kids. There would have been an option for me to stay the night,
Yeah.
and we would just slept out in the middle of nowhere, Louisiana.
That's where I
And-
saw my first UFO.
Yeah, you told me that. I would like to know where your place is compared to where that is, because like there's some parts there's no light.
Yeah, none.
There's zero light.
pollution. Yeah.
Like Castor, Louisiana, there's only like a fucking laundromat and a gas station, sort of. There used to be there's a general store in Castor, and it was a Carhartt store too. You could go there, middle of nowhere, Louisiana. Carhartt store. And you could buy Carhartt jackets for like 50% off because nobody's buying their shit. So like every year we would just stock up on Carhartt shit. But I don't know. You got a beat on that, dude?
Pulling up the old Google Maps.
If you don't know, Matt saw a UFO when he was a kid camping out in Louisiana.
So let's see here.
And I saw my first UFO thing in Camp County, Texas.
And I don't care if you think I'm crazy. I synced it.
I synced it. It smelled good. Tasted good too.
That's not how you spell that.
What does that say? Past Shreveport again. Oh, okay. I got you. Give me beer. How many people watching?
3 last time I saw.
Oh, cool.
So about an hour and a half east from Castor.
Oh, that's like Texas line, too.
East.
That's the other way.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. Never mind. Yeah, there's it's just it's weird country out there. you like in East Texas, you're used to pine trees, and then like as soon as you get over to Louisiana, you have pine trees, but it's more hardwoods.
Shout out James for the sub. Appreciate it.
Hey, fuck yeah, dude. God, I'm gonna dance at your wedding, dude.
Ooh, I wanna dance with somebody.
Gonna suck all those dicks.
Oh,
Sorry. Yeah, and then me and the kids, we just fucking hung out. Big hangs, ate good grub.
that's perfect.
I soaked pork chops in the Parmesan. It's a dressing, but it's like Parmesan and Italian, and
It's like the Olive Garden dressing. That's this super fancy Italian
it's super
dressing.
fancy, yeah. And I soaked pork chops for like a day
Nice.
and a half, and then I took them out and I like plankoed the breading
Panko.
panko. Planko's the game.
Plinko.
Plinko, yeah.
We'll get
dumb.
there. We'll get there.
No, I'm stupid as shit.
No, we'll get there.
And then I fried them, and the kids were like, they're like beating their heads on the wall. They're like, "This is the best thing we ever had." And I was like, "I know, Dad can cook when he wants to." So, no, we just had a good hang. But seriously, that's all I did. We watched a bunch of movies. I finally watched that Electric State movie.
It's pretty good, isn't
It's
it?
fucking great.
I thoroughly
I had a
enjoyed
great. I didn't realize it was set in the '90s, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Holy shit!"
Yeah. So they need to immediately take that entire production and directorial team and
Give it to
make a
Mega
Mega Man movie right now.
yeah,
It's the art style, the costuming.
yeah,
It's absolutely perfect. But
The way
instead of
the
making it like
mechanics-
a post-apocalyptic, make it in the future.
yeah.
Just take that movie and set it in the year 2735 or whatever
Yeah.
the hell it is.
No, like they could do
It's
that.
it's
Pretty close.
perfect.
Yeah.
Clean it up a little bit.
Well,
make
like
it not so
fucking
dirty.
the Planters peanut guy.
Yeah.
Like the fucking level of disbelief was not there for me. Like
Yeah.
I was watching, like, oh goddamn, it's robots.
Yeah.
Like I turned that off immediately because
Yeah.
it was so good. And there was like that weird, like, in this universe, this is what happened. Walt Disney invented robots. I was like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, that was a crazy. That was like, what? Huh?
Yeah, he invented robots and not satanic symbolism.
And like
It's
the
really cool.
the two bad guys in the movie are two of my favorite actors ever.
Yeah, the bald dude. True. What's his name? The bald dude.
Yeah.
He's in a bunch of fucking movies I love. Like, fuck. He's in that Shazam movie.
I haven't seen it.
Oh well.
I know what you're talking about, but I haven't seen it.
I think it might be another bald guy, and that's really bad for me to say that because it's like not all bald guys look alike, but like
Well, he's bald and he's white. Oh, it's Walter White. Cool. Yeah.
cool, yeah, that's me. I make meth. Make it, don't smoke it. I like having the camera there so I can just like look at it like Jim from Office and be like, I don't know, it's stupid. I don't know. I listened to that one podcast you sent me. I listened to half of it.
Yeah.
And I didn't know Homeboy was making podcasts. I only know him as the puzzle solver that's on my Facebook reels every once in a while.
Yeah.
Chris Ramsey?
Yeah.
I didn't know he had a podcast.
I didn't either. I stumbled. It was one of those like that randomly came on after I listened to something else, and it
Yeah.
was about. He did like a 3-part series about this interview that somebody had with one of the lizard people.
Yeah.
Let's
get into
Lacerna or whatever.
Yeah.
And that was really cool.
Yeah. Well, he was reading a file on the Lasorna
Yeah.
report.
Yeah.
And it's like a big, long 2-part file thing. I didn't know.
Stanley Tucci.
Stanley Tucci. Shout out Stanley Tucci. I love that guy.
He's great in everything he's in. He's great.
He brings a lot of pride to the bald people in the world.
So yeah, and then the episode before that 3-part series was the one I sent you yesterday,
Yeah.
which was the one. It's the lawyer that represented
Danny
Dave
Sheehan. This lawyer.
Danny Sheehan. I didn't know. I never caught his name, but he's the one that represented Dave Grush in
Yep.
the congressional deal.
Yep, he's a bad boy.
But then he's like, it wasn't really even about that. It's about everything else that this dude's done in his career.
He was part of the Jesuits,
Yes.
which are like the Catholic bigwigs in a way.
Yes.
He was just a fucking for the people lawyer everything he does basically is pro bono.
Right. He started.
Which how do you make money?
So when he graduated Harvard Law, they wanted him to go into like civil liberty law, like civil rights lawsuits, stuff like that. He goes, "Well, I don't want to do that because."
But he worked on the cases like in Greenville, Alabama.
Yeah, with the KKK and all that stuff.
He was part of those cases.
He represented the Church of Scientology against the IRS.
When that part of the podcast, when he was talking about, okay, I will be your attorney if you give me your most sensitive,
Yeah,
the document you don't want me to see.
give me the top three most
Top
sensitive
three,
documents you have.
and like I
And
think
they're like, okay, what's the first thing you want to see? The file you have on me.
Yep, and like I think what he was trying to do is like I don't want to.
He thought they were going to be like, no, you can't see this.
And they did it anyway, and he's
Yeah.
like, fuck, they called him a bluff.
All right, cool. And then he got to see all the reports from the Operation Stargate, dude.
Yeah, the Igor? No,
I don't remember his name.
Lego. It's some kind of weird
Yeah.
name. That whole program started over an experiment with bunnies. Did you read that?
I heard that. I didn't know that. I thought it was
So
pretty cool.
there was
That's how they got the idea.
So
Well, they had the idea already, but
it kind of ties in on last week when I was talking about like telepathy and
That's all
shit.
it is.
And it's 100% like, and apparently that's how aliens communicate with you is telepathically.
Sure. I mean,
So-
yeah, that's how they fly their ships,
I guess.
allegedly.
Allegedly, I don't know. Don't look out the window, dude. That creeped me out. Is the president out there?
No, not yet.
Uh,
He'll be here later.
But like the experiment with, so they had a mama rabbit with her baby rabbits, and there was 6 baby rabbits, and they took all 6 of these baby rabbits and took them to different parts of the world.
They put him on nuclear submarines.
Nuclear submarines.
Because that's how they were trying to figure out a way to communicate with all the subs without them having to surface.
Right.
Because as soon as they surfaced, the Russian satellites would spot their
Whereabouts.
antenna.
Yep.
Because they had to come above water, put up the antenna so they could get radio communications.
Right.
Which you don't have to do anymore, but this was in the 60s.
Yes. And when they started putting pressure on the baby rabbit, the mama rabbit
Which freak the fuck
freaked
out.
the fuck out. And they're like, hey, there's something here. There's some kind of weird, invisible thing. That's dope.
Yeah. I didn't know that. That's how that
So
got
like
its start.
the like Project Stargate, that's based off like the show John Ronson wrote about Men Who Stare at Goats.
Right.
Like they're right more than they're wrong.
Yeah, and the Operation Stargate deal took it because the Men Who Stare at Goats deal was earlier.
Right.
This is like the second wave of the remote.
Right.
The
Well, it's
remote
the same
viewing.
guy who
Yeah.
was part of the first.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like the second wave of the remote viewing
Chris
protocols.
What's his name? Chris Robinson? That's not it.
I don't know. Could be.
I fucking butcher names. I don't remember names.
Faces, I'm good with. Names. Bleh.
Bleh. Yeah.
But I didn't realize that.
Now
was
they have
the
a catchy name like Mandy Montana. Then I would remember that. That's probably hey. Well, we're reconnecting. That's
Yeah, my Wi-Fi's being stupid.
That's probably where I fucked up. Is like maybe we should have cool nicknames because that way we know people's names. I just thought it was interesting. Like that guy he's been a part of everything. Like, and like it kind of creeps me out a little bit. The Scientology shit is like they know something we don't know, and that's why because all about Scientology is like going clear, getting the fucking weird
right
things out of your body, but you have to pay for it, kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, there's nobody that's part of the Church of Scientology that's not loaded, for the most part.
So do you remember at the Ollie's Downtown Jam, that skateboard competition they have?
Yes.
They usually would call on to the Braille guys. Is it working? What the fuck?
My Wi-Fi's being stupid.
This is good. This is good podcasting.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going through.
Is it showing like just stalemate on the YouTube?
No, it's just buffering like crazy.
Are you on your like cell phone service now?
I am now.
It's not doing shit.
It ain't working, Dad.
Tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad.
The poor Spotify listeners having to deal with it.
They're having a great time. Sorry,
You guys can hear everything. Fuck them.
We'll just let it go. See if it reconnects.
It'll reconnect. I have faith. So, the first year they did the Downtown Jam, they called the Braille guys. And
Yes.
the Braille guys showed up, and one of the guys was Aaron Cairo.
Mm-hmm.
He was the guy who started the whole thing. Right?
Right.
He fucking... The next year, he couldn't do it because he was in business school.
Ah.
Come to find out, it wasn't like business school at all. He was like doing the Scientology level ups seminars.
Yeah.
And now homeboy like liquidated everything that Braille started. Like Braille was kind of like crowdfunded. They had like subscriptions and shit like that.
Right.
They had multiple people working under the name of Braille trying to push skateboarding for younger generations. So everybody that was involved with it was like, yeah, absolutely. Kids are getting into skateboarding. This is a safe place kind of thing. Aaron Cairo was like, he destroyed the skate park that they had. They shot hours and hours of footage there that he just fucking leveled it, liquidated all the assets just so he can go to this new level in Scientology.
Wow.
And all the guys like Ricky Glazer, what's his name? I can't think of his name. Like main people that were on that show. I mean, they will post about that dude all the time. Like, fuck this guy. He fucked everyone over. Just being selfish, you know? So I always thought that was the Scientology thing always creeps me out a lot. But maybe they know something we don't know. Maybe they're fighting against the lizard people.
Maybe. I wonder if this is actually still streaming.
I don't know.
Nope, that's minutes ago.
Is it lagging that bad?
No, I don't think it's actually doing anything. I'm gonna stop the YouTube stream and restart the YouTube stream, and we'll see what happens.
Spotify can just stay with it, baby. How do you like... I don't know, man. If you're like... I want to be a Scientologist. Do they find you because you have the money, or do you reach out to them? They do the fucking testing, right?
That I can't answer.
I don't know.
Oh, hey, we're back.
Hey, we're back.
We're back on YouTube.
We figured it out.
Sorry, my
I mean, like-
my Wi-Fi went.
Like, is it just people that just never had a home life, or anybody saying like, no, don't?
It seems like they cater to the wealthy people.
Right. But like maybe they get you before you're wealthy.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Maybe some people, but I think most of their constituents are already of that ilk.
Yeah. Well, the
'Cause-
ones that are higher up, I mean, like, they probably just take in anybody because that's a fucking strong back, weak mind kind of mindset.
Right.
And they'll do the hard shit,
Yeah.
picking up stuff.
You
and-
do all this dumb shit while we sit over here and
but
get
like
our own planets.
your Tom Cruises and shit like that. I just don't know how you get to that point in your life. Like, is it you're just so empty, and you're like, I have to find something. Dig as deep as you can.
I've managed to stick my hand in there where there was not a beer, and I like touched the bottom of the cooler, and I was like, "What the hell?"
I poured so many Miller Lights on top of your beers that you want to drink. I feel dumb. Sorry.
You don't need to feel dumb. The next beer I get is gonna be a Miller Lite.
Modelo. Those are so good.
They're so good.
They're so good. It fucking tickles the brain. How can anybody like?
I just don't understand the. Maybe it's just because my brain's not wired that way because I'm not in that position. But I don't understand the draw or the appeal of, hey, come to this church
Yeah,
and
church.
and you can be a god on another planet if
Yeah.
you give us $17 billion. Well, can I just buy a planet for?
But if you
$17
really
billion?
truly believe that, like, if I can come with this much money, I am a god.
Right. But if I already have that much money, why can't I just buy it anyway?
Why can't I just
Why do I
not?
why do I need to give it to you is so you can get tax exempt income?
So yes, because it is a quote unquote religion.
That was the whole lawsuit with the IRS is they were
Right.
trying to take away their tax exemption.
Yeah.
The FBI was trying. The FBI got involved because they thought they were committing fraud.
Oh, and also, how many people are in the FBI are also Mormon? That was a cool thing to listen to on the podcast because I never knew that.
Yeah, it's like a pipeline.
Well, it's like you got dudes that are.
I don't know. No, go.
You got dudes that are like.
Go.
See ya, dude. That are already like. Hey, buddy, go. You've got dudes that are already like. They don't smoke.
They don't drink. They don't smoke. They don't drink caffeine. They've got big families, so there's a lot of collateral there.
And
typically.
they're just made for it.
Yep.
Was Joseph Smith the first FBI agent? Did Hoover know something we didn't?
Right.
I don't know. Like that guy talking like really opened my head up about some stuff. I was like some of these kind of.
I'll be right back.
Okay, yeah, I'll talk about it. I'll just talk to the comments. See what they say. Oh, well, there's no one on. I just don't know how you. Whatever you fall for, I don't know. Right now, Matt's boy is giving him fits. It's really funny. We pay for our raising, I guess. He's like, "Feed me, idiot. I'm hungry."
I'm back. Sorry.
I was just talking about what was going on in there. I was like, we pay for our raising.
Well, and it was wild because last week he was so good.
Yeah.
But I think because last week we got home
Later.
from me picking them up.
Yeah.
They ate dinner and then we started.
Right. Now
So
he's
this week I had to pick him up from school, so we've been home since like 4:30,
right.
and I fucked up and told him we were doing a podcast. Because it's
Yeah.
like, hey, you remember last week we did the podcast and I had these rules.
Right.
Same rules tonight. Okay, great. But then he's just been like,
Geared up.
yeah,
Yeah, he gets keyed up real hot.
yep, which is fine. I do too, sometimes.
Sometimes I get excited for podcast day. Same way. I don't want him to be in front of the camera just
Same.
for the
Yep.
fucking weirdos out in the world.
Right. So if you're watching this and you're a piece of shit, sorry.
Don't apologize. Just don't be weird.
You don't?
You said stay.
I said stay out of here.
It's just
Step-by-step instructions.
Yeah.
I messed up. Did not provide step-by-step instructions.
I don't know. We were talking about. I know Mormons are FBI agents. Didn't know that. That's weird.
Yep.
I didn't. That's fucking crazy to me.
So it's funny because, and then Yale is like a pipeline for the CIA,
Yeah.
and he just happened to casually drop the Skull and Bones.
Bullshit.
Like he's like it was just a matter of fact principle. Like, oh yeah, this
Right.
is a real thing, even though they deny it. You know, every chance they get.
So like the upper echelon of fraternities, like Skull and Bones. There's a couple other in America.
The story he told about fuck.
Not Herbert Walker, huh?
No, when Bush was the head of the CIA or the FBI
Yeah.
or whatever,
Yeah.
and he was
It was like
he was like, okay, but I want to be the head of the CIA
so
until
when
I retire. I said, I promise I won't ever run for office.
and then
And then he was like, no, never mind.
just kidding. I'll run for office. The Bushes.
Sorry, the Skull and Bones thing brought me back
Yeah.
to that.
No, like the Bushes, they've been a part of some filth for
Yeah.
a long time.
Yeah.
Thank God Billy Bush never got in the office because that dude was an idiot.
Well, that's genetics.
It's just like when I was a teenager, I was so anti George Bush.
H or W?
W. And then I got older and I was like, I would do anything to have W back.
Yeah.
Because he was just trying to do the best he could. Dick Cheney was whispering in his ear. His dad was whispering.
threatening to shoot him in the face.
Yeah.
I already shot my one friend in the
Like,
face.
I
You
don't
think I won't shoot you in the face? I
don't-
own Halliburton, bitch.
I think George Bush was informed about a lot of things.
It's also like him, and to an extent Trump's first term, had to deal with
The shit.
massively catastrophic event in our country. Bush had 9/11.
Yeah.
Trump had COVID.
No, that was the end of his last term. COVID.
I know, but it started while he was still in office.
Yeah, yeah.
The election happened while COVID was
right,
going on.
right. I got you.
So it's like, yeah, there's all this.
But like 9/11, I think Bush. This is my working theory. I don't think Bush knew what was about to happen. I think that was Dick Cheney and his goons,
Yeah,
and Larry Silverstein was part of that because he's the one that took out that giant insurance policy on the World Trade Centers, saying like,
conveniently,
hey, if an airplane or a terrorist attack hits my building, you pay me globs of money. It's crazy because I have insurance and there's nothing for me to.
There's not an airplane clause in my insurance.
No, there's act of God, and it has to be something super crazy, like a tornado made of lightnings have to go down and evaporate my car.
A lightning tornado? That'd
Lightning-
be wild.
Yeah,
It's like a Pokemon attack.
and it goes through a snake farm, and like fucking rattlesnakes bite my tires.
Venomous lightning.
That's the only way I'm getting anything. But like Larry Silverstein was like, just say like a terrorist attack happens.
Yeah, who's to say? Who's to say it wouldn't?
What if they fly a plane in it? I don't know. My buddy Wes Ward we both did like a speech in high school, and it was both about 9/11, and it was both about like it's bullshit. It was like our senior year.
Are you in the same class?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
So like
Is he talking? You're going, and you're talking. He's going.
he did the speech first, and then I went up after him. I was like, as my constituent said, this is
I'll be right back.
okay. I was like, this is an inside job. There's no way out of it. I hate when he leaves me. I get real sad. I feel like I'm going to say something I'm going to regret. He keeps me in order, keeps me in line. He's my North Star. Really. I'm going to get a beer, and then we'll talk about 9/11 some more. Hold on. Gonna get a beer. I'm talking on Matt's mic now. Isn't that cool? Oh, baby. I'll tell you a funny story. My ex-wife had a family member that we would get around each other on Thanksgiving and Christmas. That's the only time we got around each other. And we would have heated arguments about 9/11 being an inside job, but he thought he just believes the narrative. He would say like, no. These fucking 9 dudes who failed flying class hijacked the airplanes and did what they did to the Pentagon, World Trade Center, and like out in the middle of the field of Pennsylvania. And I was like, that's crazy that you think that, but like, really, if you do the math and you know anything about engineering, there's no way that happened. I'm just going down a fucking...
Let's do it. I'm here. I heard some of it.
No, like, Kaylin, my ex-wife had a family member that we would get around each other like Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Yeah.
And every time we got around each other was just to argue about 9/11. and when my brother-in-law was alive, we would both we would do like this play off each other. It's like, no, you're right. No, I'm gonna go with your side here. And 9 pilots who failed flying school, who didn't fucking know how to fly a plane. They got their box cutters. They jumped up and says, "This is for Allah. We're going to hijack these planes, and we're going to fly them into these buildings."
Yeah.
That makes sense,
Sure.
right? And he's like, yeah, that's what happened. I was like, you're telling me out of the fucking hundreds of passengers that were in that plane, not one good old boy. Not one dude just saying like, he has a box cutter. I'm going to rip him into shreds.
Yeah, I'm gonna feed him that box.
I'm gonna feed him that box. And he's like, you're just making up scenarios. And I was like, yeah, no, you're right. It happened. The planes flew into these giant structures that are designed to withstand fucking thousands of kelvins of degrees.
Earthquakes.
Earthquakes, whatever.
Yeah.
They're engineering marvels.
Yeah.
He's like, yes, that's what I'm telling you. Because the jet fuel got hot enough and made the fucking
Jet fuel doesn't burn that hot. Science is always going to be science.
Dude, I said, no. You're right. Can you tell me how hot it gets before these fucking 1-inch I-beams? Like they're like 1 inch, 1.5 inch thick I-beams. They're like 12,000-pound I-beams.
Yeah, they're big. They're structural.
Yeah.
To hold up a skyscraper.
I build stuff with metal. I'm not saying like I'm a genius or anything, but like I know what things can take and what they can't take.
Yeah.
Like it takes a lot of heat to bend a fucking 1/2-inch plate of steel.
Much less an 1.5 inch I-beam, which is made to be structural. That's why they're shaped that way.
Made to be on its end. Oh, dude, this guy, he was a teacher in Austin.
Checks out.
Or not, it wasn't Austin. It was like West Wright, that school down there. I know, whatever. He's a very smart dude, but he's like book smart. But like you can do magic tricks in front of him. He's like, what the fuck? Like
Those are the dangerous ones.
Yeah, it was the arguments we have. They would get super heated, and like everybody in the family's like, y'all need to step away from each other. I was like, I'm fine. This motherfucker needs to understand something though. He's like, what about the Pentagon? I was like, oh, you mean that perfect fucking hole that an airplane made? That's nuts.
Yeah.
Would the wings fall off where it hit it? How did it do that little trick? It flew fucking 2 feet off the ground and went straight in.
And then there's the other one that crashed that they never found any parts of.
Remember when Donald Rumsfeld was on the news the day before and said, hey, we're missing $23 trillion. Oopsies. And then fucking 9/11 happened and no one talked about it again? That makes me crazy.
Imagine that.
Like, that's my favorite. That's not my favorite conspiracy theory. Because it's not a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Fucking the shit hit the fan and, and it was 100%.
That was a well-planned cover-up.
Yes.
For something.
I don't know.
Allegedly.
I know for the first, like, so I graduated in 2007. That was 6 years after 9/11.
Yeah.
And I believe 9/11 happened for like the first 4 years. Shout out to my dickhead dad. He was like, wait a minute. Like, he believed the fucking hype, and then he started seeing some things. Like, I don't know, the guys at work were talking. He's like, yeah, I know steel. Like, he's a machinist.
Right.
And he was like, there's no way an airplane did that.
No.
Like, even if, like, it's just architecture. It's just building shit.
Liquid hot magma, sure.
Yeah. Yeah. If you fucking precondition the columns previously before the plane hits.
Like putting charges that cut them at perfectly
Slant,
clean angles
yes.
to make it fall. Like a demolition charge.
So you can go all through all this shit. Oh boy had nothing to say about Tower 7. Like, we would be arguing. I was like, please explain the building that didn't get hit by anything falling. Please explain it. Mm-hmm. And he was like, no, it didn't. I was like, oh, YouTube's a real thing, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Let's go outside so we can get service.
Yeah.
It was...
It was like there was supposed to be a plane that made it there, and that's the one that crashed in the middle of a field that they also never found any parts of.
Yeah. And, like, what was that phone call that was received? We're going in. Like,
I haven't heard that one.
So, like, that plane that landed in Pennsylvania, there was a guy who made that plane hit the ground. He called his wife, left a voicemail saying, like, hey, some shit's going down. Not on my watch.
So he was the
guy that fucking threw it to the ground. Yeah. So, like, it makes me think, like... So, the theory was that plane was heading to the White House. Which makes no fucking sense. No one lives in the White House.
Not full-time.
Not full-time. W was reading books to children during this thing. And then he got on Air Force One and flew around the country for a little while.
3 days.
Yeah. Yeah, let's get the president in an airplane. That makes sense because they can hijack any of them.
We haven't just had an issue with airplanes.
Yeah. I think when that truth comes out one day, I think it's going to be a wild time.
Well, it'll probably be redacted except for the stuff we already know, just like the Kennedy files were.
God damn, dude. It cannot. There's nothing new. It's been 1 week. We'll just keep doing this.
They released like 70,000 pages of shit that was nothing was...
Black ink. That's all I
Yeah,
saw.
well, and then the stuff that wasn't redacted was things that everybody already knows. There was no. They're like, oh, it's just to protect people's names. Like, no, that's the things that we need to know.
So Danny Jones had a chick. I say chick. She's old. Do you call old chicks chick?
Probably a lady.
He had a lady on there. Her name's Judith. Hold on, I'll show you. I'll tell you a name real quick so y'all can Google her yourself. It's Judith something. But she...
Oh, Miss Judy.
Judy. She was supposed... Like, okay, it's wild. Like, it's made out to be like, you know, JFK witness breaks silence after all these years.
Okay.
She's been on different things before. What is her fucking name?
Judy Bloom.
Her name is Judith Very Baker. Judith Very Baker, like the
I've heard that name.
Yeah, the podcast is brutal to listen to because she just can't get on a fucking tangent and go. She just has to tell, like, she has the fucking cliff notes in her head.
Yeah.
She knows what she has to say.
Right.
Well, she was a...
It's like the Tesla protesters that have handwritten protest notes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, no, you're good. There's so many wild shit going on these days. Like, I saw, like, where I'm not right leaning, I'm not anything like that, but they played every Democrat giving, like, an interview. And
All the news channels were all the same exact verbatim.
The
same words.
Yes. It's like they know the internet exists, but they think we're stupid, and they...
I think nobody's going to fact check anything.
Yeah, but so this Judith Baker lady,
Ma'am,
she was one of the youngest cancer researchers. Her grandma got cancer, so she got real bowed up on cancer.
Okay.
She's like, I'm going to learn everything there is about cancer. And then she figured out how to give a rat cancer in 4 days and take it away.
Huh?
So they're like, we're going to move you to New Orleans because there is a chimp like research lab in Covington, Louisiana, which is true.
Yeah.
At this time, we're going to take you to New Orleans. So while she was going down there for the cancer research, because there was a giant research lab there for all that. There's one guy named Jack Cruz. He was part of that same group of people in New Orleans. And like Jack Cruz has been on many podcasts telling you like they are trying to dumb you down with blue light, all this shit. It's a deep rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I've been in it. I don't know. I still look at my phone. I don't give a shit. I don't want to be alive. Well, while she was in New Orleans, she couldn't like say like I'm part of the cancer research. So word got around like there's this chick that can't really say what's going on. So Lee Harvey Oswald meets her at the post office, and he's like, kind of meet each other.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? What are you here for? And he's like, I can't say. He's like, shit, me too, girl. So her whole thing is about how Lee Harvey Oswald is a good guy. Like at this time, everyone's like he is like a Russian transplant. Like he was in America, then he went to Russia.
There's so much stuff about it that checks out that he's not though. Like,
right.
He's a hired gun.
He was part of the CIA. That's what she says.
Yeah.
And like a lot of things she says, I was like, okay, I can get on board with this. And it turns out that he was in Mexico City, which has been proven, and he was supposed to be delivering something to Fidel Castro to kill him. It was that cancer shit that lab was making.
Oh.
And she said she talked to Lee Harvey Oswald 36 hours before everything went down. And he was in Mexico City. And then 36 hours later, Lee Harvey Oswald killed the president. She even said Jack Ruby was friends with Lee Harvey Oswald. Like, they knew the same people.
Yeah.
And he's like, I think he did that to give him an way out. And then before Jack Ruby could say anything, that's when, like, Jolly West came in there and was like, they gave him over 100 x-rays, Jack Ruby, within, like, a week. They fed him so much radiation.
Yikes.
And whatever Jolly West gave him. And Jolly West is the same guy that was part of the God damn it, it's in San Francisco. Hateberry Ash. No. That Hate Ashbury Clinic.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name of it.
They shut it down when Tom O'Neill came out with his book Chaos,
Yeah.
which I'm reading again. Such a fucking... There's so many things that are like connected and not connected. It's weird. It makes me think that I just make connections because I don't have one in my life.
I'm going to go connect to the toilet. I'll be
I
right
gotta
back.
pee. Pause everything.
YouTube, you're going to sit here and look at a blank screen. We'll be right back.
From downtown. I like that.
Downtown mouse click, baby.
No, that Chaos book.
Is that the one you posted a picture of the other
Yeah.
day? I need to read
Yeah,
that.
I've read it once, and I wasn't doing a podcast. I was just reading it for my own enjoyment.
Yeah.
And it's about a guy, Tom O'Neill. He decided... So, like, Rogan is what put me on to him. And, like, he started out to write a, like, fucking expose thing, little piece in a magazine. And it was, like, the anniversary of the Manson murders.
Okay.
So he goes into it. Like, long story short, he ends up just writing, like, getting all the information, interviewing everybody. Had Victor Belosi, who was the defend, like the lawyer in the case. He's like, if you put that fucking shit on there, you're calling me a liar, and I will eat your ass in court. And Tom O'Neill's like, I don't know what you want from me, because like the facts are facts.
Right.
What I have.
I can back it up.
I can back it up, and I just need you to, like, let me know I'm on the right path. He's like, you're a fucking crook, and this, that, and the other, and
Seems to be a bit of an overreaction for
somebody
writing a book.
So Victor Belosi was like that, and he also wrote Helter Skelter, which is like the mainstream thing about the Manson. Like,
Yeah.
they're murderers, they're crazy,
Yeah.
and Tom O'Neill was finding out like Manson was arrested a bunch, but he'd always get released, not worried about anything. Next thing you know it, he knows how to like give people drugs. Where's he getting those from?
Right.
But he also knows how to, like, when they're on drugs, he knows what to say to be like, I'm your God. Listen to what I say. It's like MK Ultra shit.
Yeah.
And it was fucking wild.
That's nuts. I need to read that book.
I'll let you borrow it. If you like reading physical copies of things.
Yeah, I bought Matt Pryor's book on Saturday or Friday. It's his memoirs from the origins.
Does he have a
of the
theory on who
Kids.
killed JFK?
I don't know. I think it's tells you that much.
What are you doing, doggy?
She's losing her shit.
Yeah. That was too big of a hit. I coughed a little bit.
Sorry, this has been quite the
This is chaos.
disconnected podcast. I apologize.
Well, we keep going down ways, and then my brain
and then children, and I'm like,
my brain doesn't work well with breaks. I'm not mad.
I got a lovely tooth.
I'm gonna take it out with my knife. Get out of here.
go.
You don't have a knife.
Is that all it took? Is threaten your kid to
I
with a
guess
knife?
so.
Oh, that's bad. I wasn't going to use my knife on the child. I promise you. Yeah.
So, not Gordon Ramsay, Chris Ramsay's podcast gave me another suggested podcast that I started listening to yesterday, day before yesterday.
Yeah.
It's the Cryptonauts.
What is that?
They talk about cryptids. Like, it's this whole
That's my
podcast.
fucking.
And it's very similar to the way we talk about stuff.
Yeah.
So it's wildly entertaining.
Good.
It's two dudes that do most of the talk, and then their producer talks occasionally. So it's
Right.
like three guys. I think it's the Cryptonaut podcast here. Let me see if I can.
I think cryptids are cool as shit. And it's hard for me not to believe in it, knowing how big the woods can be. Like, I grew up on a bunch of land.
Yeah.
I've heard shit that I can't explain. And I'm not saying, like, what I heard was a cryptid. It could have been a fucking fox screaming.
The Cryptonaut podcast. That's what it's called.
So, like, that's cool. I get into that. There's supposed to be a cryptid outside of Dangerfield, the Boggy Creek
Yep.
monster. I've always heard that
So, like,
story.
That's their website.
Oh, let's hang out with those guys.
Yeah.
Hell or Space. Yeah, check those guys out. They're cool as fuck.
I'm trying to figure out where they're from.
They're from Longview, Texas.
No, I think they're from like Minnesota, somewhere around there.
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Nothing good comes out of Wisconsin.
Oh, Tennessee. Appalachia.
They know.
Appalachia.
Well,
they know.
They know.
They know.
So, like, I personally have never witnessed anything that was like, whoa, what the fuck? You know?
Yeah, same.
Every time I've been in the woods, I've heard things that I can explain. I grew up hunting.
Right. I grew up camping, so
Yeah.
it's like
camping,
that's
hunting. Like, I've been in the woods a
tree
lot.
frog.
Yeah. Fucking. There's like one time there's something I couldn't explain, and like when I got older, the memory I could explain it, and it was a fucking big cat
Yeah.
sitting in a fucking tree stand, and I'm like across the woods, I just see shoulder blades rotating, and I'm looking at it through my scope,
Right.
and I can only see the fucking top of the back, but I just see the.
It's just like this ripply thing going through the
There's
underbrush.
no head. There's no
'Cause
head to the body. It's heads down, and you can just tall grass, and I can just
Yeah.
see like the fucking 3 inches.
Bitch was hunting.
And when I grew up, I was like, that was a fucking cat.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god. Later on in life, I heard a fucking or a mountain lion go off.
It sounds like a woman screaming in the
Sounds
woods.
like a woman screaming, getting
Yeah.
beat to death with a wire brush.
Yeah.
That's how it was explained to me.
Yeah.
And then when I heard it, I was like, fucking
That's
A,
it.
dude. That's exactly what it
So
sounds
I
like.
grew up in East Mountain, between Longview and White Oak,
Yeah.
and we'd see cat tracks every once in a while.
Yeah.
But then,
Let me take that tooth out.
not right now. Go away. Go away.
Just kidding, buddy.
Not right now.
Why?
Go away. Okay, if you don't leave, you're not going to play at all. Go now.
Why?
Now. We'll talk about it later. Go. And then I heard the thing one night, and it was just like,
Yeah.
ooh, it'll make your skin crawl.
Yeah.
Like the noise does not sound natural.
Yeah. I had a sister-in-law when we had the big snow apocalypse
Yeah.
thing a couple years back. They decided to make an igloo. And it was like all hands on deck. And
Right.
it was cold enough that you could put snow, pour water on it in a Tupperware,
And it would turn into a block of ice.
and it would freeze within like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So we were making ice block. Like I
It was
helped.
below freezing for like a week and a half
Yes.
straight in East Texas, which
was wild.
never happens.
It was wild. That was actually, that whole week was terrifying for me.
Yeah.
We lost power, and there was no other way to like warm the house. I had to call my father-in-law. So I was like, "Hey, do y'all have power?" He's like, "No, but we have wood burning stoves." Like, come get my family. I'm freaking out a little bit.
Yeah.
And then we all got in the truck and like, "You gonna stay here?" I was like, "I've got livestock." Like we had goats and
Right.
chickens and shit. I was like, "I got to stay here and make sure they don't die.
I got food.
I'll freeze." I was like, "I'll die for this." You know, I was really dedicated.
Yeah.
And he's
We
like,
never lost power here.
"Great."
It was fantastic. I don't know how.
Yeah, fuck you, Upshur. They just said, "Nah, we're good. We
Yeah.
can't go outside right now. It's real cold." Ooh. I'm just kidding. That sucks for you. If that's your job, dude,
Yeah.
kudos to you. But like, we didn't have power for close to 10 days.
Oof.
I don't play outside.
And that when they built the igloo and like her and some of her cousins decided to stay the night in the igloo.
Why?
When else can you sleep in an igloo in Texas?
Why would you want to do that anyway? It's cold.
Well, like that was their thinking. Like, when else can you sleep in an igloo in Texas?
That's way low on my list of things that I want to do.
It was way high on hers. They were there, and like, you know, when it's cold, it's quiet.
Yeah, because nothing's moving.
And they heard that bitch bust off in the woods, and they're like, "Fuck all this shit." Davy Crockett be damned.
Going inside.
Going inside. The Boggy Creek Monster, here's a couple of stories of like dudes running up and down the fucking Sabine River, seeing the swamp ape thing. I think if it's anything, it's just Bigfoot down in East Texas. That motherfucker probably smells musty, dude.
Oh, I know what I smell like in the summer.
Yeah.
And I don't have that much hair.
I had to take a shower before I got here because I was like, I'm not going to put this on my boy.
Appreciate
I
that.
am not doing well.
Hey, man, it's so easy to hide. That's the thing, especially if there's not many of them.
Right.
I don't know. It's the same thing as like they discover what new species of ocean life daily
Yeah.
because we've only explored 3% of the ocean or some
Right.
shit like that.
Right.
We know more about the moon than we know about the ocean.
Right.
Ooh, I've got a rabbit hole we can go down about the moon.
Just put that in the rabbit hole pile.
Let's see if I can find something real quick.
Well, like, I think some of it doesn't want to get discovered because what if there is like an intelligent creature, you know, and it you think of an animal, you think of like, oh, it's an animal. Like, it might attack me, but if you know that animal can communicate with other animals and they can communicate with you or whatever, I don't know. I think the skinwalker stuff's like really interesting to me because
That stuff freaks me out.
there's certain people that are like people will make posts and like, my dog's inside the house and he's also outside my window, you know, like you're just getting clicks. But I've heard about some stories and like there is a guy in the woods and his whole like page is dedicated to him hiking through these woods. All the like videos before that was like, hey, I'm on mile 12 today. I'm going to take a break, make camp, this, that, and the other. Nothing like, do you hear that whistle? This dude was out in the middle of fucking nowhere. He said, he like in the video, if I can find the video, I'll share it or whatever. But he's like, I left town a day and a half ago. And the next town is 40 miles north. And I'm just in the middle of absolute nowhere. And he even said, he's like, he's hiked this trail a couple of times. He's like, this is always the sketchiest part because there's like, if I hurt myself, I'm just done, you know?
Right.
And he starts the video. He's like, someone's whistling at me. And I thought it was maybe another hiker. And it, like as he's recording, you can hear like, and it sounded closer than it was far.
Right.
That's the last video on that dude's account. And I try to like look up his
He's
name.
just gone.
Just gone. I try to look up his name and there's like, he doesn't have his name on the account. It's just like hiking with Brett.
Yikes.
It's like Brett, Tennessee. What the fuck, dude?
What happened to Brett in Tennessee?
So,
I wish I could find the numbers.
can I have a beer?
Yeah.
What numbers? Are you gonna tell me the moon's made out of cheese?
No. It's the the golden ratio thing. Have you ever heard any of that stuff?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's the Mysterious Universe podcast. We talked about them some before, but they did it all about the architects.
Okay, what is that?
The moon was built,
It's not off our planet. And
Correct.
Okay, cool.
and like for the longest time, the theory is, oh, it's from like the asteroid belt. It's
Something hit our Earth and that broke off, and it floats around our gravitation.
except
It's cool.
for the fact that in the asteroid belt, there's a little bitty microplanet called Sirius that also has a moon,
Yeah,
and it looks just like ours.
really.
And if you start doing,
Is this the like Planet X thing?
no?
Okay.
They say that somebody left this remnant as an evidence of that this is like a maker's mark almost, right? Like if you're a blacksmith, you leave a maker's
Yeah,
mark. once
really?
you do. So it's like the relationship between the sun, the earth, and the moon is like 3.66%.
Right.
Whatever. No, go away. But then the Earth to Sirius to its moon is the same it's the same geometrical ratio.
No way.
Yeah, it's nuts.
So-
I'm gonna mess up all the numbers.
So like I know there's we've talked about on this podcast before I fucking listened to.
So the Earth is 27.322% the size of the moon. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
the moon is 27 point whatever.
Yeah.
Sirius is the same size basically as our moon. And their moon is the same size as our moon is
To that.
comparatively.
It's like a
It's
miniature.
scaled down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And it's theoretically also quote unquote hollow like our moon is. Allegedly. You know what they say
Yeah.
when Apollo landed and took off? They said
Yeah.
it rang like a bell for days after the fact. You heard
Huh.
that before?
I still have a hard time thinking we made it to the moon. I really want us. I would really love that to be a thing, but they fucking did that with computers that had reels on it. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway, there's a lot of weird numbers. I'll send you the podcast.
I
so you can
just-
listen to it. It's a lot of dudes like us, but Australian, talking about numbers.
G'day.
Yeah.
So we
it's
don't know what they're
hilarious.
talking about.
I know. No, they're not. It's not. They're still saying English words.
Nah,
Cunt.
cunt. That
Anyway, there's a lot of really fucking weird math.
So I think there's a certain amount of people on this earth that have like this fucking cool gene in them, and it's Texans, Canadians, and Australians. Those three people, I think we can be in a room together and mesh famously.
Oh yeah.
Like there will be there. I think I just think we all are programmed the same way. I've always thought Texas was like number one. And like I'm getting that validation because everybody's coming to Texas.
Yeah. I think Ireland falls in there too.
Maybe.
Well,
I wish they could. I want them to.
So I've met a couple of guys from Ireland through work,
Yeah.
and one of them was like, "Fuck it, we're getting it done."
Tits
Redneck
McGee.
style.
Yeah.
This is the guy that we helped push a car into a parking spot because it was so frozen over that it would just slide on ice,
Yeah.
and he couldn't get traction.
Yeah.
So we just got out and we pushed the car over sideways into the parking spot. That's some Texas shit, yeah.
Well, yes. So like
We make shit happen.
when I found out how Irish I am, like I'm an American Texan. I'm a Texan.
Yeah.
Hands down. And I found out that my family, when we hit fucking land, we went straight to Texas, and it was unclaimed territory.
Mine. Yeah.
They're
this
like,
is mine.
Like, we'll fucking make a homestead. We'll do what we need to do there. Because at this time, America was doing the NINA, which is, what does NINA stand for? Non-Irish need to apply. Basically saying, like, if you're Irish,
Don't come here.
don't come here.
Wow.
So, like, that's kind of lost in our history in America, how fucking shitty they were.
Yeah.
It finally became a thing. Like, a lot of Irish people became, like, firefighters in police department because it's a needed job and nobody wanted to do it. And they're like,
Fuck it, we'll do it.
yeah, O'Malley will fucking do it.
Yeah.
So, like,
Welcome to Boston.
yeah. That basically. So, like, there's a lot of Irish that came through America and they just got fucking shit on. My family just made a
We're
beeline.
gonna get out of this place.
And they didn't come through New York. They came through, like, Virginia.
Oh, okay.
And they hit south to Tennessee and they bought a bunch of mules and made their way to Texas. And they would rent mules. So, like, the term, like, working you like a rented mule.
Yeah.
My family rented mules
Wow. Okay.
out of here. And, like, a lot of people would rent the mules and they'd make their farms with these rented mules. And our family made a farm and just so on and so on. So, like, I know Irish are just... I agree with you. I'm just being shitty.
Yeah.
Because here lately, I've been reading about what Ireland's doing, and I was like, what are we doing, guys? Just,
Yeah.
You're my people. I need you. Zombie's my theme song. You gotta fucking do right.
I don't know if I don't think I've met an Australian person, but I know people that have hung out in Australia for work related things, and they're like, yeah, it's they're y'all, because
Y'all,
this is
yeah.
people that I don't know.
Yeah.
They're not from Texas that I know. They're like, oh yeah, they're just like y'all, but they cuss more.
Bet. Fucking find out,
Yeah.
dude. I've worked with Canadians, and the Canadians I worked with, they got along with me and the guy from Texas, like, famously. Like, we got in fucking deep shit. We worked our ass off. We had the best times. I think everybody in Canada can, like, I like him a lot. Not Trudeau. I don't like him. But, like, the good, hardworking dudes in Canada, I've met your people. when I watch Letterkenny and Shorzy, mostly Letterkenny, I'm like, yeah, that's how I grew up. Drinking beer and smoking darts. It's you could put Letterkenny in any fucking small town in East Texas, and it's the same show. It's the same thing. So if you haven't watched Letterkenny, you should. Especially if you're from East Texas. It's like watching your friends. I don't know where my co-host went. He just walked out on me. I get it. He has rapscallion children. I want to go back to that fucking moon topic. There's people watching. Where y'all from? You have to tell me. Nope. You don't have to, I guess. Where did he go? I was going to tell him that the fucking asteroid belt is the remains of a planet that got destroyed by the Bull King. Read this book, and it's about the mystery planet. And they say that the remaining, like the asteroid belt was a planet, and it got too hot for its britches, and it got wrecked. So him saying there's an architect kind of makes sense. I don't know. I've just been fucking talking.
Sorry,
dude.
I'm back. Had to do with children.
I was just saying, like,
Hey, can we do this on Monday next week, please?
yes,
Thank
we
you.
will, absolutely. I will make sure that happens, so there's none of this. We do it on Wednesday because I have.
You had things, I understand, and I don't hold it against you.
I thought I really planned on bringing them just with me. I was like, y'all sit in this room and shut up.
Go away.
Just don't talk. But I don't know. They're like little spies, and I'm like, oh,
I don't need that going back. Yeah.
I gotta be a good boy.
No, that's fine.
So the dudes in Canada that I worked with, like Letterkenny,
Yeah.
you could put that fucking show in East Texas, and it's the same show.
It's not as good though.
No, I'm just saying, like,
It's
those dudes.
Yeah.
I grew up with those dudes.
Yeah.
You know, and they don't say A or nothing like that, but like fucking smoking darts and drinking beer on the front porch.
Yeah.
And talking about if he's good for you.
Yeah.
That happened here. They just talk a little weirder than we do, and it's funny.
Right. They probably think the same thing about us.
Yeah, we talk slower than most people,
Yes.
but I think I don't know where I'm trying to
I don't
go.
know, man. Maybe my brain gets ahead of my mouth a lot of times, and I just go.
Yeah, I fuck up words a lot because I feel like I'm confident and I say them and I'm like, God, I'll listen back on some of our podcasts like, shut the fuck up, Matt. You don't know what you're saying, dude. Not saying to you, just like
Yeah.
me, Matt.
No, generally, it probably
Yeah.
should apply to both of us.
Right.
We're just regurgitating information.
But like everything I've heard about like Australian dudes, I feel like they're just good guys.
Yep. The only thing they got going against them is they like soccer a whole lot. Rugby. Australian rules football. Actually, it's different. And don't call it rugby down there. They'll beat shit out of you.
Really?
Allegedly.
We should go to Australia.
I want to, but everything there wants to kill you.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Get in line.
Get in line, motherfucker. I'll fight every snake. I don't give a shit.
Be swinging around like nunchucks.
Yeah. I no, I wouldn't. I'd piss my pants around snakes. I can't stand snakes.
Yeah, snakes and I don't go on.
It's like warming up, and I'm like, fuck, there's going to be snakes.
There was a dead one that one of the dogs killed on the sidewalk last night.
Good boy.
Little rat snake. Or not little rat, little garter snake.
So if
Those are the ones that I pick up by the tail and throw over my neighbor's fence.
Yeah. I had my great-grandfather who was, like, let me think about this. His dad was the dude from Ireland. Maybe his grandpa was. One of the two. He lived to be like 94 years old. He died when I was like 5.
Yeah.
He was born in let's say 1890.
Okay.
And he died in 1993, 94, 95.
He would have been 103.
That's 90. No.
He was born in 1890 and died in 93. He would have been 103.
Okay, just whatever the math works out. He was born in the 1800s and he died at 94, 95, 93. Like he was right at 1900.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad. Math is hard. Old as fuck.
Yeah.
And he was, like, to this day, I have yet to meet an old man his age that was tougher. He'd grab snakes by the tail, didn't matter what the fuck it was, and whip them
Break their
like
neck.
a fucking bullwhip and
Yep.
pop their head off.
My dad did that. My
yeah.
grandfather did.
Yeah, he was just, and we had like a super cool relationship. I was a little boy, and so where my mom and dad lived at the time was across the pasture from his big giant white house that he lived in when he was a boy.
Yeah.
He just lived in the house his whole life. And I would fucking just get up and go. And my parents were like, "Where's my son? He's little."
He's over there.
And he would call my dad and be like, "Hey, Matt's
he's over here.
Yeah.
Got him. Yeah.
I don't have, so like, fuck, I'm 36, so it's like hard to remember,
Yeah.
but I do remember him.
Right.
But I fucking loved it around him. Like, he would just take me, like, he wouldn't pick me up. He's like, I had to follow him.
Right.
And he would like pick peaches and like shit like that. And
Go ride on the tractor with him.
no,
walking.
we're just walking around.
Nice.
And he's checking his garden and shit. And he'd get on the porch and like peel pears and peaches. And he had this dog that would eat the peaches, like the peels. And he'd cut me off a slice with his knife, and I'd eat off his knife. I remember I have that memory.
Yeah.
Like him was like, "Hey, try this." That dude was tougher than fucking all get out.
Oh yeah.
And he was closer to like Ireland than I am, of
Right.
course. Like just having that dude in my thought, like that's where I came from.
It's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
It's a fucking very big deal. We have people watching, but they're not talking. And
There's.
it's weird.
It says there's 3 people watching.
I know, but they're not saying anything.
That's okay.
It's creepy.
It's a podcast.
Waiting for us to make out. Trying to think of like a cryptid thing that you like. That's where this all started from.
Yeah, I've only listened to like 2 episodes of theirs, and one of them was like about werewolves, and one was about like lake monsters.
Yeah.
The werewolf one was pretty cool though, because it's a story about a dude that was in I want to say West Virginia, but that's probably not right.
Werewolves in West Virginia.
He was
The
driving,
wacky werewolves of West Virginia.
he was ex-military guy. He retired from the military, came home, got a job driving like LTL truck route stuff. Like,
Right.
Was driving, just pulled over the side of the road because he had an air leak in his brake line.
Right. These are all things that could happen to a truck driver.
Dude's like an avid hunter, ex-military.
Right.
And he said while he was fixing the leak, because he had like a little toolkit with a patch in it, so he could fix it just
Right.
to get
Where you need to
finish,
go.
Yeah,
Right.
finish his route and come home. Said he got this like overwhelming feeling that something was watching him.
Yeah.
Finished the job, got back in the truck, starts driving, and where he parked at, it's like in the middle of some massive forest. It's a interstate, maybe not interstate, but it's a major highway, but it's a very unpopulated area of said highway.
Right.
Stops at, like, it's at the bottom of a hill,
Right.
so he's got to get up to speed to get up this hill. So about the time he starts going to the bottom of the hill, he looks over and there's this fucking thing running next to his truck, trying to get in the
shit.
truck, trying to like get the door open. Anyway, he ends up shooting it because
He carries.
he carries,
What
of
a
course.
fucking
He's a
badass.
truck driver.
Yeah.
I don't know a truck driver that doesn't carry a gun.
Right. Shout out truck driver. Shout out Wes. Do you carry?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Um,
That big old hog. Yeah.
Anyway, gets to the top of the hill,
Right.
turns around and comes back down the hill.
Yeah.
And but so when he got to the bottom of the hill, there's a Jeep that's pulled over where this thing tumbled through the ditch.
Right.
and they're like looking around, and it said it had government plates on the Jeep.
No shit.
So he pulls over and parks and turns on his hazards. It's like, hey, you guys okay? Like, just not wanting to say anything about what just happened, but just seeing what these people are doing. And like, yeah, we're fine. Go on about your business or whatever. So he does. And like a year later, federal agents show up at his door and was like, hey, you killed our asset.
The fuck is that?
So it goes through, because he finally had told the story. Like, he had never told anybody up until a few months before this happened. He told his wife. His wife's like, you need to talk to my sister-in-law or something like this, who's like a massive cryptid aficionado. Has written books on it, has done studies on them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, his story somehow got onto like a TV show or like one of these weird...
You killed our asset.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And apparently they made his life hell for like 2 years.
Yeah. What was your asset?
The fucking...
Let me see his birth
The
certificate.
fucking werewolf.
Yeah.
Apparently. That's what that's the whole story was like. It was some genetically enhanced thing that the government was controlling.
Man, there has to be something that the government... Tons
anyway,
of shit.
It was super wild, super great story.
When I hear things like
great.
that, I want proof.
I want all of it to be real.
Yeah.
Just because, like, yeah, of course, that makes everything make so much more sense.
Well, like, the world has had tons of stories about vampires, werewolves, shit like that. Forever. Like, it's just been a thing. My son told me, he said, I think dragons were dinosaurs that didn't die off. And I was like, what about the fire breathing? He's like, I don't know what to tell you about that, but like...
Just in general,
long, like, giant, scaly lizards. Like, what is that? For years, before I found out it was fake, it made me so mad when I found it was fake. I thought mermaids were real. I was 100% hook, line, sinker on that one.
Could be.
Maybe. I don't know, but, like, there was a weird documentary that...
I remember that one. Yeah. They had the one in the tank. Yeah.
I didn't research anything.
If it came on the Sci-Fi Channel, it's probably not real.
That was the only channel I watched.
Yeah. Oh, no, I get it. Like, I don't fault you for it at all.
I thought that was real. I thought there was mermaids, and like my rationale thought process was like, I want you to tell me how big the ocean is compared to the land on this earth. And you're like, it's way bigger. Yeah, absolutely. So much bigger.
Right. Well, like I said earlier, like we know more about the fucking moon than we know about the ocean.
Yeah. Allegedly. I was like, just, if we know more about...
You can see the moon. You can't see the bottom of the ocean.
No. Ocean's massive. If you've ever been deep sea fishing and you're only 7 miles out,
yeah,
that's barely the fucking tip of this massive hog. That's
terrifying.
There's no land.
No, that you can see anywhere.
Anywhere.
You better hope you just go the right direction when you turn around and go back.
If you don't have GPS, you're dead.
Fucked.
You're fucked.
Or you got to wait for the stars to come out and hope it's clear.
We went deep sea fishing last vacation and like just fucking looking out there.
Yeah.
And all you're seeing is clouds in the ocean.
Yeah.
And you're like,
I'm going to die here.
I'm so glad I didn't bring my children. Because if something happens, we're so doomed.
Yeah.
It's an hour drive on the boat. Hour. Like,
we're going ass on a boat.
We're heading home. Top knots.
Yeah.
We're heading home. An hour.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
And it's so much bigger. That's just the Gulf of Mexico. That ain't shit.
Right. That's like a lake compared to the rest of it.
Yes. It's a puddle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a fucking Atlantic
Ocean.
Ocean.
Pond in your backyard.
Yes. It's nothing. And just to say there's not creatures out there that are half human, half fish. It's just...
Who knows?
Preposterous.
Who knows?
That was another word I just let go.
You got that one right, though.
I think so, yeah.
You did, no.
Yeah. I don't know. I would love for like werewolves and shit to be real.
One of the guys on that Kryptonauts podcast was like, fuck it. When I grew up, dinosaurs still had scales.
Yeah.
And now, dinosaurs had feathers. He's like, I don't want to live in this world anymore. I was like, I want to hang out with these dudes.
So, like, My daughter loves everything dinosaur.
Yeah.
If she doesn't do something with her life that's like revolves around dinosaurs, I'm going to be kind of upset because she has beat me to death with dinosaur facts.
I think all kids go through that phase.
She is living in it right now.
Yeah. But it's usually between the ages of like 5 and 10. Usually
Nope, she's 12.
I know. Usually past that though, it's kind of like died off a little because I had a dinosaur phase.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we grew up with fucking Jurassic Park.
Oh, the fucking dinosaurs, the fucking live action family movie. That
Not the
ends
mama, not the mama.
Yeah, it ends with the Ice Age, and you're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is going?
No!
That was too much for a kid to handle. TGIF Fridays had some shows that like really ruined you. But like, she is like she knows like the fucking scientific name for things.
That's impressive.
It goes deeper.
That shit's all in Latin, so good luck.
It goes deeper than my fucking knowledge does.
Yeah.
But I think, like Cashton, he came up with a theory. Like I think
Well, that's about the age that we discovered boobs, so we stopped caring about dinosaurs.
I discovered them so much younger than that. My fucking family were dirty, dirty people, and they left things laying around that they shouldn't have. I saw the fucking Tommy Lee and Pam video way too young.
Oh, no.
Yeah, way too young.
First pressing.
Yes. Yeah. Somehow it ended up in my fucking house, and I was like, I don't remember a video not having a label on it. This isn't 50 Goes West. That's
a good pull.
Might be my favorite cartoon.
That's great.
I play the soundtrack every once in a while just because
It's a great movie.
Yes.
Anyway, dinosaurs.
But like it makes sense to me. Like during the Middle Ages, I don't know. It's hard to trust timelines now. Everything's changing.
Yeah.
And it's about to change tenfold. And like what is true here?
Right.
Like
That's the hard part is distinguishing what's, old wives' tales or stories that were like the original story about werewolves was coined to keep people out of the woods, mostly children, because there were actual fucking wolves in the woods that would kill you.
But honestly, if you think about it,
But it had to come from somewhere.
what's scarier than an actual wolf? Werewolves.
Yeah.
Like if I was a
A
kid,
wolf that can walk up to you, pick you up, and eat you on sight.
yeah. If I was a kid and my family says, "Hey, don't go off in those woods. There's wolves there." That's all I need to hear.
Yeah.
What made them create this thing like it's a walking wolf?
Right.
It's a human that can't control its emotions.
Right.
Like no, you don't need to do
It was unnecessary.
it's unnecessary, and like it's wild to think that because like maybe there were people that are part. Well, that sounds crazy saying it out loud. As I was saying it, I was like, God damn, shut up, man. You don't.
I don't know, man. Like,
For him to say like you killed our asset though, like I don't know what the government has. No one does.
right.
Like all this UAP shit and the things they're trying to fucking put the lid on. And also, they're also letting us see like what's real, what's fake.
It's almost like they're like, yeah, we're gonna tell you some of this shit just so you'll shut up.
Yeah, but like, what are you not?
But the people that are like us should be like, oh, don't tease me.
Yeah,
Like, if you're gonna show it to me, show me all of it,
you hear that? Show us everything.
because I don't want to be teased.
No,
I know better.
right? Like
That's just gonna end up with blue balls and depression.
story of my life.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
It's the name of this episode: Blue Balls and Depression.
perfect. Will you remember that?
Yes.
Good. I love your names for these shows.
The last couple have been kind of shit, but like, there hasn't been something that just popped. This one popped.
Yeah, Blue Balls and Depression. The story of a 36-year-old man. I would love to know, like,
Shit, I'll be 42 in 2 months.
yeah, you will. Fuck.
Fuck it, I'm still alive.
Keep going, dude.
too scared or stubborn to do the other. I don't know which one it is.
Just survive in spite, dude. I just it drives me crazy because I would, like, me personally, I'm gullible just because I want to be.
Right.
You tell me something without any hard facts, I will sit there with you and be like, no shit.
Yeah, I'll listen to you talk about it.
And but like it takes me when I go home and I'm like, that motherfucker was
Wait a
talking some
minute.
shit.
Yeah.
There's no way his grandpa was Martin Luther King.
He's not even black.
He was white. I don't know. Like, and
Dude's Asian.
yeah, but like in the moment, I'm like,
Oh,
what?
that's cool.
Yeah. I just want to know what the government has. That's it. That's all I care about.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, I mean, I'm glad that they're at least making a facade to quote unquote tell us things that people have been asking for 60 years.
Well, like,
But at the same time, like, you're humoring us.
well, they're
You're not actually giving us information.
So, like, rest in peace, Art Bell. He had his own radio show on FM radio or AM radio. FM's the fucking normal one.
I think it was FM, but it was just late night, and it was on a weird channel.
He was, Art Bell radio show live from
Art
the
Bell
temple.
Coast to Coast.
Yeah, Art Bell Coast to Coast
Yeah.
live from the Temple of. Yeah, it was like I listened to that shit, and he would humor anybody. My ex-husband is Sasquatch, and
Yeah.
I have his children. Like, I think people could like learn something from having that kind of mindset. Like,
Well,
whatever it is, I'm gonna fucking go for.
Yeah, you got to be able to entertain any idea
My nose.
and then be able to start there and use your actual brain
Yeah,
and be like, okay,
that's
is this bullshit?
That's what I did with religion.
Are there parts of this that are true and
Right.
parts of it that are bullshit?
Right.
And that's when it starts to get cloudy and like confusing. Is like, oh yeah, 67% of this is dead on factual real life shit.
Right.
But that other 23% of it is like,
Yeah.
Look at my pet I got from spinning a wheel. It's so weird.
okay, I'll be there in a minute. Go.
I've done that with my adult life.
Yeah,
Like jokingly said with religion. I did that with religion.
I did too. Yeah.
Like,
As an adult, as a child, I was fully bought in. But like, you don't know any better.
I thought if you didn't do it, you go to hell.
Yeah. Guess what? We're living in hell.
Yeah, this isn't great. Like when I became an adult and I can look at things with my own
You
mind.
have to be objective.
Yeah. And I think you and I are like, there's people that are way more researched on things,
Right. As they should be.
as they should be. Like, we have a podcast and it's just shooting the shit, talking whatever. There's people that have podcasts that are like dedicated to like knowing names, facts,
Right.
Those
Those are the ones I like to listen to because then I can regurgitate it here and make myself sound like I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I feel so dumb when I don't know names or I just spitball names.
Well, and most of it's too is it's the same things that I'm interested in,
Yeah.
and it's the same reason we read books.
Right.
Somebody else has taken the time and their knowledge and their information and everything that they've done,
Right.
and they've put it into a format that we can consume
Yeah.
and use however we want to use it.
Right.
Which is cool. Maybe one of these days we'll get to that point where we're doing our own shit.
Well, if I didn't have to fucking bust my ass for 40 hours,
Absolutely.
I would be so much more well versed in
Absolutely.
everything.
So like I'm appreciative for those people
Right.
because like I said, and even then you still have to go a step further and look at the other side
Right.
or the things that they're not talking about.
That's where I'm sitting. Like, what are we not saying? You only they will only let you know what they think you need to know.
Correct.
And like the fact that there is things slipping under the fucking rug, quote unquote, about UAPs, things like that. Like, I'm fully prepared for them to say, "Oh, that's our technology."
Right. Which I'm fine with that.
Cool.
Why didn't you tell us that 30 years ago.
Did you start this in fucking 1950 whatever in Roswell?
Right.
Was this the first flight that y'all fucked up?
Yeah. Immediately after World War II,
Yeah.
that would be impressive.
Right.
So I think some of that's the give and take, right? So I think some of what we're seeing now, presently, with the UAP stuff is our shit or somebody else's shit. I think a lot of it is very much terrestrial.
Yeah.
But I think back in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, I think that's real shit that we got the technology from.
I think that we have...
And we don't know how to work it yet.
Right. We have technology. That makes sense why they crash all the time. But I think that we have technology that is not from us. And I've heard a couple of people say that, like, there is a coalition galactically that it's multiple places, different star systems, different people. Like, some are not from the same universe. They're part of this, like, federation.
Is this the same one where they're like, y'all are the dumbest motherfuckers we've ever met?
They go to places where life is beginning. And that's where we're at right now. Like, we think that we figured out life. Yet we still have nuclear bombs. We still, like, will threaten each other.
Yeah.
There's still shit that are, like, they're like, whoa, these guys...
We might go to war with Iran tomorrow.
So quick.
Literally.
World War III is knocking at our fucking door, dude. Yeah. Like, that... Like, it's hard being a parent right now.
It's terrifying.
Like...
It's the only thing I'm scared of. I'm not scared for me. I'm scared for my kids.
Yeah, that's it. I could give a... If it was just me, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'll figure shit out. Like, I know if like the fucking power grid gets knocked out and there's nothing to do, I can live on my own.
Yeah.
I know how to do that. You know? Will I get skinny? Maybe. Will I have dysentery? Most likely.
Will I die? Probably not immediately.
Probably not immediately. But then I have 3 little ones.
Right.
And that scares the shit out of me. You know?
Yeah, that's the whole, put yourself in a post-apocalyptic situation.
I don't want to.
It's like, no, I can't. I have kids.
I have children.
If I only have to worry about myself,
I'm fine.
I'm not going to be fine, but I'll figure it out.
Yeah. No, when I say fine, I mean...
I'll survive for at least a short period of time.
I'll suffer.
Yeah.
I can myself, I can live in hunger.
Mm-hmm.
I can live...
But I'm not going to put my kids through that.
No. And God God bless the human being that stands between me and whatever my kids need during that. Like, I'd like to think that I would just find compassion and we can all fucking kumbaya our way through it. I don't know. Like,
but it's going to be like, look, I'm going to take that, and if you kill me, you got to take care of them.
you have to.
Or you can give it to me, and everybody gets to go away happy.
I don't know. I don't know how it works.
I don't either. I don't want to.
Yeah, never been a part of it.
Don't want to be put in that situation.
Never want to be a part of it. And, like, we're on the cusp of, like, some shit right now.
Big time.
And fucking, I know Trump Dog was talking like, hey, we're not going to go to war. I'm going to fucking figure it out. Here we are. We're fucking licking the fucking heels of war right now.
Yep.
Have been for a long time,
right,
to be honest. But, like, right now, it's getting nuts. And I know American, like, CIA, FBI, they've been trying to figure out a way around the fucking red curtain of China. Like, that's been our biggest thing since the Korean War.
Yep.
They saw how many people they can produce. It's not a little number.
Yeah.
It's like, we're not ready for it.
No.
Nobody is, honestly. Like, many great minds said this world will not survive another world war.
The fact
we had one that close back to back,
yeah,
within 20 years of each other is nuts.
And made it through the second one
without
a global catastrophe.
Yeah.
I mean, shit was bad for 20 years after World War II. But it didn't end the world as people back then knew it. If we had a war now...
Well, think about if you lived in Japan. It did end it for a while.
It did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're going to lose this one.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
It's not looking good. we
Math
don't
ain't mathin'.
we don't have like, I'm not saying they were ignorant to the facts. They had one goal. Like, we didn't want to be a part of this. Y'all brought us into it.
Right.
Now it's time to fucking reap what you sow.
Right.
Like, that's how that when they bombed Pearl Harbor,
Yeah.
and
Don't fuck with our boats.
this day will live in infamy. That is powerful shit.
Mm-hmm.
Waiting.
We don't have that mindset anymore.
No.
Our mindset right now is, oh, we're America. Nobody can fuck with us.
Yeah.
That's not true.
Yeah. Like, I don't think there is. I mean, even me personally, like if you. What are you looking at, man? What happened to your face?
McCade.
Okay, that's all you have to say.
He scratched me.
I told you Sunday was rough.
Sunday was rough.
Really rough.
You need to learn what is it? The stunner from Stone Cold Steve Austin.
What?
That'll teach him. It's like kicking the nads and then drop him down.
I usually just punch him hard.
That'll work. That works too.
And he ends up chasing me.
Yeah.
I run and lock myself in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh, more like I just.
I lock myself in the bathroom when the hard work starts.
Or I just like lean against the door.
What? With the president? Oh, you're getting your code?
Yes.
I see what you're doing.
Here. Thank you.
Fucking knows. I don't think we have that moxie anymore.
No.
I mean, I love this country. I love
It's
what it,
I still think it's the greatest country. I don't
Yeah.
want to live anywhere else.
No.
But I
like,
also think
I don't want to live in any other state too. I want to live right here in Texas.
Truth.
I think, like, it sounds fucking weird and boisterous, whatever, but like, I think we have it here in the state.
different.
Well, it's a right to work state. If you want your job, you have to work,
Yeah, show up and do your job.
and you have to know your job.
Yes.
You can't just get in because you're a nepo baby or like. There's some jobs that has happened,
Right.
but they get fucking wrung out.
Yeah,
quick.
it doesn't last long.
It doesn't last long. And I feel like, honestly, in the small communities that we have lived in, if like something was to go down in our small local community, there is a bandit.
You're gonna get so it's like I saw a guy. It'll get relevant. Let me start at the beginning. He was like, they fucked up putting the Capitol in Washington D.C.
Yeah,
Because they built it.
used to be in New York City,
Well, they built it before there was trains,
right?
or they built it when it was only trains.
Yeah,
And now there's roads, and none of it works. It's also undefensible because it's basically on the ocean.
it's a shit place to
So
be.
he's like, I propose the new U.S. Capitol will be in western Kansas.
Yeah, it's right in the middle.
It's right in the middle. You can't come at it from the west because there's mountains. You can't come at it from the east because
There's Florida.
yeah. Well, no, hold on. You can't come at it from the east because it's too far and the winter's too cold. Whatever.
Yeah,
He goes, you can't come in from the north because you'll die if you try to cross Montana.
yeah.
And he said, and good luck coming in from the south because you're gonna show up. You're gonna walk into somebody's front yard
they're
that's
not
seen Red Dawn one too many times, and they're gonna be
Wolverines.
excited.
Yeah.
They've been waiting.
I literally have family members that pray. They pray to whatever God they believe in.
Smith and Wesson.
Yeah. Yeah. They pray to them
Yeah.
that something goes down. Like, I'm not for that. Like, I don't want, like, will I fight
I
somebody?
say a lot of dumb shit, but I would rather avoid conflict at all costs,
Yeah.
if possible.
Nobody wins.
No.
Nobody fucking wins. You know, just the bare minimum fist fight. Nobody fucking wins.
Yeah, either you break your knuckles or your face is fucked up.
Or you get knocked out.
Yeah. Or you both end up in jail.
Absolutely.
Nobody wins.
Nobody wins. So but I do understand the mentality some people have, like, dear sweet Jesus, let these motherfuckers forget who they are. I've been preparing for this. I've been going to academy every payday and buying a box of bullets.
Right.
I've got enough to fucking feed the needy.
Yeah.
Like,
I give them out for free.
I give them out for free.
Yeah.
Like, I know.
I am the Oprah Winfrey of ammunition.
Yes, I know.
You get around. You get around.
I know these people.
Right.
Like, I personally know people that will go to the range and they'll step out fucking 200 yards, 300 yards, and like, that's close enough.
Yeah.
I have a friend. I'm not going to say his name. He practiced at a certain amount of distance with his 30-30s iron sight. Like, just because his driveway was 150 yards from his home. And he said, I like my 30-30. It was my granddaddy's.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to handle business, I want it to be this gun. So he is prepared for anybody coming into his driveway he doesn't recognize and he thinks that they have like violence on their fucking...
From his front porch to be able to just...
He can walk out his front step, fucking put his fucking hand on his door jamb and aim. And he knows where to put it to put that bullet right between your fucking eyes.
Shit.
And he can do it.
I believe it.
He can do it.
Yeah. No, that is the least shocking thing that you could have ever said. Yeah.
He told me that shit one time and I was like, fuck dude, I guess.
Checks out.
Like
I'm familiar with that driveway too.
Yeah.
It's a windy one.
Yeah. But he's always been prepared. He's always been prepared. It's been a weird thing being a friend of his.
Yeah.
See, like, I know, like, in Texas, you have the castle law. And that doesn't mean, like, anybody that walks in your house, you can just fucking mow them down and be like, I'm protected by the law. You will still get arrested. You still will go in.
Right.
And then they will ask you the questions. The detective will be like, what happened? And you're like, well, this guy walked into my house and I didn't know who he was and I shot him. Like, well.
And there's a chance you still may go to trial.
Yes. Yeah.
It's not like a get out of jail free card.
Nope.
It is a very much a right to self-defense justification.
So I have my CHL. We all, like, at the time, my family, we all did it. And I thought, like, oh, this is like a fucking carry a gun anywhere. No. Someone can meet you up in the gas station, and they're like, hey, give me your car. And you're like, fuck you, bad guy. Bow, bow, bow. You're getting arrested. Yep. You're not getting your gun back because that's evidence.
Right.
The guy literally said, he was teaching a class, like, if you're going to carry a gun in your car on your person, make sure it's the cheapest fucking pistol you can buy. Because if you shoot somebody, it's over. You're not getting that gun back.
Yep.
If you're carrying your fucking Kimber stainless steel too, you know, Ed Brown edition, all fucking shoots on slide.
$6,000 gun.
Yeah, you're not getting it back.
No.
Buy a High Point. Yeah. Put it in your butt cheeks.
Go to Walmart.
Yeah, like, it's, I don't know. I don't want that.
No.
Me personally. Like, if someone breaks into my camper, I have things set up immediately. Like, oh, you made a mistake.
Sorry.
Yeah, like, everyone in, like, fucking, I think I have, like, this weird, like, nobody talks to me. But to be fair, I give everyone the, like,
don't fuck with me vibe.
I will fuck you up if you come talk to me. One guy came up to he just moved in, and he asked me for $20. And as he's, like, giving me the spiel, like, yeah, I get paid next week, I just ripped a 20 and handed it to him. Like, I fucking, like, here. He's like, oh, I'll get you back. And I was like, I bet you don't. And he's like, all right, that's funny. And he walked off. That dude has avoided me like the fucking plague. And, like, I have yet to even bring it up to him. But, like, when I get out of my car and he's in the front yard, he runs to his house. Because he thinks, like, I think I, like, fucked him up somehow.
Yeah.
I don't care if he pays me back.
Yeah.
Like,
just leave me alone. I'll pay you $20 to not talk to me anymore.
If $20 means you never come back to my fucking house again,
worth it.
It's worth it to me.
It's an investment in my peace.
And, like, my daughter's like one daughter was getting out of the front seat, my son was getting out of the other seat on the other side of the car, and my daughter was on the same side. He came when my kids were with me. That's why, like, I just fucking got the cash, ripped it out, and, like, threw it at him. Because he's like, hey, man, I got paid tomorrow, this, that, and the other. I just, here.
Go away.
Like, and he's like, oh, I'll pay you back. I'll get you back. And I was like, I don't care. Get in, guys. The kids want to play outside. I'm like, you're not going to play outside. I don't want to fucking burn this place down. I don't. This is my home.
Yeah.
And
I would
have
like to stay here for the
that
moment.
fucking Tahoe has a hard time pulling this camper, and I don't think I can get out faster than the cops can get here. So like, let's not do this right now, dude. Let's just keep the peace. Y'all stay inside. We'll play fucking Sega,
Yeah.
watch movies,
Right.
whatever. But it's like I don't want to be that, but also I know what I have to like keep safe.
Exactly.
Yeah. If like, so my kids are mostly at their mom's house and they're at my house. If shit went down, no more. We're with me. She can come along. Her boyfriend can come along. Everybody can come along. I gotta have my kids.
Yeah.
Like that's all I care
You don't
about.
trust anybody else to keep you safe.
No. No.
Yeah.
No.
That makes sense.
No. I can't.
No. You shouldn't.
And that's where we're at now. It's wild. It's fucking terrifying. I don't know what's gonna happen.
But yeah, if we as a country are currently being the douchebag in the club that's just like, I'll start shit with anybody. I know I can win this fight. That's the mentality that our leadership currently has.
Well, they
And maybe they know shit we don't know.
I don't know, like
But it scares the shit out of me.
I've never I personally, me as a it's all I can go
the
off
quiet ones that you gotta fucking worry about.
of. Me as
Which is how we were in World War II.
we were trying to fucking live.
We were just
World
pulling out of the
War I-
Great Depression.
World War One was shit.
Yeah.
The Great Depression fucked us over.
Yeah.
Like we were barely on our legs. We're 10 years into like figuring things out. Manufacturing was getting good.
Right.
And then that happened.
Which is why we did as well as we did. Because
Yeah.
it was ramping up and they're like, oh, hey, we need 47 million more jobs tomorrow. And everybody was like, I'll work.
Hey, can y'all donate anything scrap steel?
Absolutely.
Throw it on the trailer. I've got plenty.
Yeah.
Oh, these are building our tanks? Dope.
Do it. You go around right now.
Goddamn Meemaw went to work for Peepaw because Peepaw was over on the fucking other side doing
Yeah.
some damage.
Yeah. If you try to do that shit right now,
Ain't gonna happen.
nobody's giving you anything except for attitude and lip. And not the good kind of lip.
No. It's like me and you have talked about this and like we have a work ethic that's like in my mind it's rare. Like if I don't want to go to war, I don't want to
No.
do that. I don't. But if they're like we need someone to weld 24/7, making this thing happen, that's my trade.
Yeah.
I'll give it my best shot.
Figure it out.
Figure it out. Is
Well,
coke still illegal? I don't know.
I work in fucking SATCOM.
Yeah, you're on the fucking tit on right there.
Like
dude.
95, well, maybe not quite 95. At least 90% of our business as a company is military contracts.
What's the other 5%?
Random commercial shit.
Aliens.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
We're doing some shit for SpaceX right now.
Yeah. That picture I sent y'all earlier?
Yeah, that blast cabinet. Oh, no, the other one.
That was for Elon.
Checks out.
No, it wasn't. You got to pee?
No.
Oh, I do.
Oh, go pee.
I'll go pee.
Throw me a pen. There should be one on the counter in there.
Okay.
I got to write down that episode title so I don't forget it. Because I talked a big game about not forgetting it, but if I don't write it down, I'm going to forget it. Menopause and depression.
Blue ball.
Oh, blue balls and depression. I couldn't hear you from all the way in there. Man, I don't know. This life we're living right now is a different kind of struggle that I don't know that anybody before us has understood. And I'm sure that every generation has said that and had their own version of it. But I think social media has changed the way that we do things on a day-to-day basis so much that the rules are different now. Because everybody's so mad about everything and everybody's so offended about everything. And nobody wants to stand up for, I don't want to use the word traditional values because that makes me sound like I'm yelling at clouds. I don't know. I don't know. I was just saying, I think that our biggest,
Best piss of my life.
congratulations. Our biggest issue now is
Our crack addiction.
no,
Oh,
we're a bunch of softies. Like everybody wants to be mad and offended all the time, and nobody wants to actually stand up for anything
well, and I
unless it's trending.
think if it's something that it can get the mob mentality behind,
Right.
like the cancel culture, some of it was important.
Mm.
I will say that.
And I'm the first one to be like, human rights are human rights. Yes.
Yes.
Like that's not the kind of shit I'm
Like
talking
fuck
about.
who you fuck, love who you love. I don't care.
I don't care at all. Whatever. Hey, whatever makes you happy.
Yeah, and if you need me to help you in any way, personally, not whoever they are,
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
Right.
Like I don't care.
It doesn't matter.
And it's not saying like I don't care like
It doesn't affect my day-to-day life
no.
whatsoever.
No, if you want
It doesn't affect the big picture of my life.
No.
Whatsoever.
no, and like there's a lot of shit I've heard people say that are like I'm not going to use what they want to be called. If that's what you introduce yourself as to me, guess what? That's what
who
you're
you
going to
are.
be
Yep.
fucking called.
My turn.
And like if you, I've been corrected like a couple of times on people's new pronouns, and like I get it. Like I grew up with you being a certain person, but if that's who you think you are now, or that's who you want to be now, or that's who you feel like you are, it doesn't affect me. Like I don't get why motherfuckers are dying on a hill to just change their sentences how they approach people. I've never understood that. I don't get it. I would just love people to fucking love each other and be a decent human being. It's fucking free. It costs nothing. I don't know, maybe that's like me growing up listening to punk rock and hearing dudes talk, about whatever, but
It's also free to be an asshole, but that doesn't mean you have to do it.
I'll be an asshole in so many other different ways.
Right. I'm not going to belittle you for who you are.
I mean, I do have a part of me that knows your weakness.
yeah.
And like, if you're at a certain level with me, I will pull it out to show you that I can burn your whole.
Right. If I had to do this,
If I have to,
right.
I can destroy your whole fucking reality.
Yeah.
I don't do that just to be an asshole.
That's not instinct or your first
No,
thing. No, that's like
it's.
if we get to this point.
Goddamn, I'm a strange duck because like I have friends that we can say whatever I want.
Yeah, for sure.
Not saying we say whatever we want because, like no one's listening, but like I have a group of people that I can say whatever I want just to be an asshole and funny.
Right.
But also have a group of people that like I can say what they need me to say. Like I just I fucking
So, with us,
yeah.
when we're not recording, the conversations cannot be heard by other people.
It's on
and
the-
it's not because we're being,
It's Patreon only.
we're not being racist. We're
No.
not being sexist.
No.
It's just we're comfortable enough around each
Yes.
other that we can say the weird fucking shit.
Like you know me better. I'm not racist. I can't be.
Absolutely not. 1,000% the most opposite.
Yeah. Like I can't be.
No.
I have children that are
Right.
quarter black.
Yeah.
My ex-wife was half black. Like she wouldn't have married me if I was like, I got something cool to tell you.
But at the same time, if the two of us are hanging out and having fun,
Yeah.
and somebody else comes up and hangs out with us,
Fine.
we will gladly
Yeah.
adapt our conversation to include and accept that person.
Yeah.
Because that's how you be a fucking human.
Well, that's what it's meant to be free. Like if you're a free person, like conversation be damned. Like you can be whatever you want
Yeah.
to be.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I don't give a fuck.
Don't touch my kids.
That's it. That's the one thing I
That's
go.
the only rule.
Don't touch my fucking.
Don't
kids.
don't touch my kids.
Hear that, YouTube? You creepers. I don't know. It's weird being an adult. Like, I thought it was weird being a teenager when I was a teenager. It's like the world's changing. Oh, so fast.
Yeah.
I don't know what I should do. When I was a young teenager, I was like, I've got to join the military. And if it wasn't for my dad being like, no,
Don't do that.
don't do that. You'll die. That's bullshit. He had friends in the machine shop. They joined, and they were like fucking eating shit over there.
Right.
Like by the fucking bagfuls. He's like, no boy of mine's going to be in the military. So I was like, I guess I'll learn a trade. I don't know. But now, like, it's just, it seems like if you're born from like 82 to 91, that generation, like, you've had to deal with so much shit that no other generations had to deal with.
Yeah.
Like,
Well-
we haven't faced like World War II.
Right.
Granted, that's the greatest generation. I get it. But like, we've been on the cusp of this fucking war for the past fucking 20 years.
We're Cold War babies.
Yeah.
And then during the middle of all this, we also like, hey, guess what? There's this new thing called the internet that you can talk to anybody anywhere in the world.
You can
You
Google
can
your...
access any information that's readily available.
Yes.
And then we went from that to fucking social media,
Yeah.
which is,
Too much.
I think, I personally, and
It literally burns me out.
I love that we have it, while I simultaneously think it's the worst thing that we've ever created as a society.
I use my personal social media to post the dumbest fucking...
The only thing I use social media for is to promote whatever I'm involved in. When it was the band, it was the band. When
Podcast,
it's this.
podcast.
Like, that's all I use
So,
it
like,
for. And then to watch stupid videos, obviously.
I'll tell you all this. I run the social media for Truck Beers.
Thank God, because it would tank worse than it already is if I did it.
No, I didn't post the fucking last episode because I was like barbecued.
I didn't tell you that I published it either, so that was my bad.
No, yes, I do wait for the message. You did send me a message like, hey, I meant to tell you the other day, and I read that message, and I had my kids, and they're like, wah, wah, wah. I was like, they can figure it out without me. I'm not making a fucking another video. I can't.
Brother.
I want this podcast to fucking reach the ears it needs to reach.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. This podcast is going to happen regardless. But like, sometimes it does me so much disservice when I post something and it only gets one like. I don't know what that is, but we spent so much fucking time on this.
Yeah.
We gave you our best. But then I have to remember, like, this is for us.
Right.
Regardless.
Yeah.
Like, we bought mic stands. We have a studio. We're going up. Every podcast gets better.
Yeah.
Except for on Wednesdays. We can't do Wednesdays.
This one's been kind of a clusterfuck.
This one's been rough.
It's on me.
If you're still involved, God bless you, dude.
Yeah,
You
you're
figured
a
it out.
saint.
But like, social media is not good for us.
I don't think it's good for anybody mentally.
No. I posted a video on my
Go
TikTok.
touch grass.
Please. I posted a
It doesn't
video.
have to be your grass.
No, just touch it. It's everywhere. Fuck.
Vitamin D, not dick, sun,
Yeah.
and grass.
There's some chick out in the world like, and like when he said vitamin D, not dick, she was like,
These guys are stupid.
fucking dumbass. I was all aboard until
Hey,
that point.
Go get some vitamin D in the vitamin D. Go
Yeah.
fuck outside. I don't care.
I don't care.
Just unplug yourself for like, I'm not telling anybody to get off of social media.
No. You have to limit yourself. And
Just-
you can't if you feel happy enough to post it, be happy if no one likes it. Or
Yeah.
everybody likes it.
Yeah.
I posted a video last night on TikTok. It was a dumb video. It was April Fool's, whatever. I got home from taking my kids to karate. I walked through the house and I was like, I should make this video. It's funny. And I just hit record. And I was like, hey, I'm doing good. I'm making healthy choices. Everything's working out. April Fool's. And I turned it off and posted it. And I said, on the caption, I said, ha, got you. No fucking...
Yeah.
I've got over 2,000, 3,000 views on that. I've got over 40 likes.
But the ones when you really try, you get.
I don't understand a fucking
people,
thing.
yeah.
I don't know what time. I don't know. So like that that one video has taught me, like, I'm not going the fucking extra mile.
No.
I will say, hey, we have a podcast.
Go listen
to it. Eat ass. I don't care.
Yeah, your decision.
Yeah, that's where I'm at in life.
Go touch grass.
Yeah. I'm not going to waste any more time on likes and trying to reach people.
The people that need to hear it are going to hear it.
Yeah.
The way the universe works in a really cool way.
That's what I was trying to fucking say.
It's like it's going to reach the right people. And it's not, and I'm not even saying like, oh, the right person's going to hear it. We're going to get, no, it's like the dude or the chick or the non-binary individual.
Give me a beer, please.
Are you milking?
I don't know. I just kind of like, I'm gonna crab my way to a beer.
The individual that needs to hear it in the moment is going to hear it. It's just the way the fucking world works.
Well, I've had people today. Someone messaged me and they said, "Hey, I listened to your last episode. I think y'all need to try DMT." And I was like,
Okay.
"Oh, okay. Are you gonna hook us up?"
Yeah. Do you?
It was Wes. It was Wes Cargill. He's like, "You want?"
Because he has.
Yeah, 1,000%.
I know he has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, but I knew that.
Yeah.
Like, I it's cool to see the feedback.
Yeah.
It's cool to like know people that have listened to our podcast and they're like, "Fuck."
Right. Well, it's like your buddy messages that one time
Jeremy,
and was like, "Hey, you know what?
you guys figured some shit out.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
needed to hear what you were saying today."
Yeah.
It's that old school adage about, we take it back to religion if we want to. Like when you're struggling the most and you just decide to go to church and the preacher's
I think
that message just for you. It's because your brain is accepting in that moment.
it's called the God goggles.
Yeah.
It's when you want God to show you something, that's when it's shown to you. You can read the same chapter of the Bible every day of your life,
And it means something different every day.
and it means something different every day. Not saying, okay, I would love nothing more for Christianity, God, that to be a thing. If there was a man,
I think a version of it's accurate.
it's a historical document at most points.
Yeah.
There's things that are in the Bible that are historically correct. Right?
Yes.
Right. But like, I dove deep into that. I went through the whole thing. I thought I was part of a church that was going to move mountains, and just to find out the dude was embezzling the church fund that was pre-established before we even got there. This church had like a fucking $500,000-$600,000 like bank account.
Yeah.
From all the tithes before we even got there.
Right.
And we were like so like everything was going good until this preacher started talking about money. He's like, "We have to tithe." And I was like, this hasn't been a topic ever. And then come to find out, he's been fucking eating that money up. He bought a house in the Patterson edition here in Gilmer. He had a fucking brand new car. His wife had a brand new car. His kids were in private school.
Yeah.
He wore fucking...
That math ain't mathin'.
He had polo shirts for every day of the week.
You're supposed to be a servant.
Yeah. And you just come to find out that he's just been eating that money up.
Tax free will do that shit to you.
And he started the church as like, this is a spirit. This is like whatever God is pushing you to do. That's what we're doing. So if you don't...
And you know what? When it started, it was probably with the most honorable intentions.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was genuine in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then he got a taste.
Yeah.
But
But
it was
like,
oh shit.
oh, I can fucking buy things?
Yeah.
With this money that's not mine?
Yeah.
Well, it's actually mine. I'm the pastor of the church.
Right.
Yeah. It was a fucking... So like I went from like living in the most sin to like, oh, I'm supposed to be here. I'm supposed to help these kids out. Like that's where I felt like I was like, oh, these kids don't know what's going on. I'm going to tell them what's going on. Don't sleep with women that have fucking tattoos on their tits. Don't do that because you'll
Do that.
Yeah, do that now. I know now. I know the truth now. Yeah. But like I really
I've never done that.
Really?
No.
Ooh.
It seems like it.
I don't know if we should be friends anymore. That might be the fucking...
That's the straw.
That's just...
That's the straw.
No, don't. It's not. I would settle for tattoo tits right now. I'd settle for anything right now. It's a barren.
Blue balls and depression. Full circle.
It's so bad right now. I had a date set up, and I couldn't make it to the date because I had children.
Right. Sorry, I had my kids. Can't make it.
And like the fucking first 2 days of this like messaging, I was like very adamant. I was like, "This is cool and all. I don't want to do this. Like, I want to meet you.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a real person, great. I'm a real person. If you think I'm cool as like my post, my profile, it literally I erased my bio and I said, please get me the fuck out of here. That's what it says. And it has pictures of me playing guitar, hanging out with you. Like, it just, that's it. And they're like, when do we get out of here? I was like, right now, meet me. I will meet you in person. If you hate me, fine. Fuck, you get a free meal.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Worst case scenario,
you get a
fed.
free meal.
Yeah.
I'm not a weirdo. Like, I just don't want to do this anymore. I hate it. I hate it so much. Like, I hate it. It's the bane of my existence. The fact that I have fucking apps on my phone right now.
I deleted all mine.
I'm so glad. But you be talking though.
Chatting.
You got things going on the side. Don't act like you just deleted it and nothing's going on. I want to delete it. I want to be done with this.
I'm not saying they won't get. They're not deleted. They're just not on the home screen anymore. I don't open them.
No. It's bedtime. Let me just
Yes.
fucking thumb through these bitches real quick.
Instead of doom scrolling on YouTube or
I'm looking
at you're doom scrolling through dating apps. Like no, I'm just swiping at everybody. Maybe
I'm not saying no. I'm like yes.
It's fucking fishing at this point, right? You're just throwing a lure out there and see what hits.
It's the most like
you get all these bait stealers just eating your worm and not even eating your worm.
It's not even that. I don't know how many yeses I say to. So they'll say like this girl wants to match with you. And then I look at her and I'm like, this won't work. This won't work.
Yeah. It's bad when you can immediately tell.
It's like I could see the tank through the fog.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And then there's girls I see, I'm like, okay, I have to say something clever. Right here, right now. Like, this is her profile. It's in my fucking peripheral. And I'll write something like fun fact about me and something stupid and clever. But, like, I do that so much and nothing comes back in my fucking... It's like the same thing, like sending things out and not getting likes in return.
Right.
I'm almost to the point, like, I'm just going to meet them in the wild. I think I have better shot at it.
Probably.
But the other part is I don't want to be creepy. I don't want to be like, hey, what are you doing tonight?
Yeah. Well, and so you go out more than I do. Mm-hmm. So, like, for me, it was always the deal. I was like, well, I've got to do it this way because...
But the thing is, when I go out, I'll see people that I know.
Reason to, and then just hang out with them all night.
I know I have a better time.
Right.
But then when they're like, all right, I got to go home and go to sleep. I'm like, I got to beat off in the shower later. Not saying I want a chick for sex. That's not it. It'd be wonderful.
Yeah, it'd be a great icing on the cake scenario.
I become more neurotic every tick of the talk on this clock. Like, if it doesn't happen, I just become more and more mad. And it's not good for anybody. It's not good.
It's good for the podcast.
No. No, it's not. Because I start diving in some weird shit. I'm like, well, fuck.
Last week was fucking amazing, dude. I know what you're talking about. It was great.
I don't remember last week.
It was the telepathic autists.
Autistic people that are telepathic. That's real as shit.
Yeah, it was great.
They're doing a documentary. They've already started filming.
Oh, really?
Yes. There's a documentary, and they're
be
posting clips of the documentary of these kids doing what they say they did.
That's going to be good.
Whatever this bitch needs, I'm going to do it. Like, this podcast isn't huge. I get that. But if she needs me to fucking talk about this podcast for 45 minutes, done.
Yeah.
I want this to be out so bad.
You have a vested interest in it because of your son. So that's like,
oh fuck.
Here we go.
Okay.
I flipped a switch.
Yeah, you did. Big time. So we did the podcast last Wednesday where I talked about these kids and their
yeah.
We went to karate and we're coming back. And I said, and it's Cashton and Karis. Both of them are on certain parts of the spectrum.
Got it.
Karis is like, I don't know where she's at.
She dabbles.
She splashes her feet in the fun.
She's like, she puts her toes in the pool.
Yeah, and but like also there's things that she's deeper in on that side.
Right.
It's a weird. The spectrum is massive.
Well, it's called a spectrum for a reason.
That's kiss me. So we were heading home from karate practice, and I had Cashton in the passenger seat and Karis in the back. And I go, Cashton, I want you to close your eyes, clear the mechanism. I only want you to hear my voice. I'm going to think of a color, and I want you to tell me what color I'm thinking of. I was thinking of like green. Cashton was like purple. I was like, that's not it. I'll try again. Do it now. Black. Nope, still not it. I asked Karis. I said, I want you to close your eyes, think of nothing but the color I'm thinking of. And I'm driving it, and I'm only thinking of green. Karis, not even, it took fucking 1 second. She goes, green. I go, what the fuck did you say? Like,
Wow.
it flipped me out. I'm not a professional, nothing like
Right.
that. I said, okay. I'm going to think of a different color, Karis.
Did you do some off the wall color like fuchsia?
It was yellow. Not like a fucking real... I mean, it's a primary, but
Yeah.
like, I think it's a wild color.
But it's not like you're, blue, black, red.
So the first one was green. The second one was yellow. And I go, okay, I'm thinking of the color. Close your eyes. Think of it. She goes, yellow. 2 and 1. I get to my ex's house, and I'm like, Kaylin, strap the fuck in. Karis got 2 out of 2 right off the bat. Then we were in her living room, and I'm like, Karis, clear the mechanism, shut it down, think of the color I'm thinking of. It was blue. She goes, red. Giggling. like it was almost like she wasn't taking it serious.
Right.
I don't know.
It's like the effort wasn't there on that one. She was like, "Oh, it's a
I
game
think
now."
if you got 2 out of 2 right off the bat, back to back,
Yeah,
that has to say something.
it's like the old Jedi test
Yeah,
where they have the shapes.
yes, but like she did it, and then when she got around her mom and like her sister and her brother,
Yeah,
she wasn't taking it serious.
It was a game. It was fun.
That's
Yeah.
where my mind went. I was like, no. In the car, you fucking took it serious, and now it's not serious.
Right.
Like, okay, I'm thinking of a color. What is it?
Purple.
It is purple. Fuck. You're so good!
Was it really?
Yes!
That's crazy. All right, try again.
Hold on. Okay.
Orange.
Nope, white.
Ah, fuck it.
God damn it.
50-50.
How many colors are there?
Like 9 billion? I don't know.
50-50. Then when you said purple, I was like, oh shit, we'll figure something out. God damn it. I swear on everything, the first color was purple. God damn it. I thought you were like psychic.
No. I'm way too stupid to be psychic.
But like, we did it 2 times. You got
She
one.
Yeah, well,
She got
both
Both right.
in the right setting.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was like, then Cashton went in like this deep shit. He was like, sometimes when I think real hard, there's a void. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I poop.
And he's like, the void is like all your thoughts that don't go anywhere. I was like, what are you saying? Like, because I try to like explain it to him. I was like, there's a study going on. People that are on the spectrum, way more than you are.
Yeah.
You know, you
Like
guys,
people that can't even talk.
right?
Yeah.
And I was like, they can communicate with their minds. And then Karis was like, oh, I can do that with Carrington when we dream.
I mean,
What does that mean to me?
That's the twins thing, though. Like that's
That's
been,
where-
that's been proven
Yeah.
over and over and
so
over.
there
again.
is a bluegrass band in Kilgore, the Black Eyed Peas. Not Black Eyed Peas. That's not
Nope.
it. No, that's
So the Spotify people can't see the look I just gave you, but YouTube can. And I was like, I don't think that's
so. There's
right.
a dude. There's a dude in Kilgore named Banjo Ben Clark. He's like world-renowned banjo player. He has twin sisters.
Not for the Black Eyed Peas though.
Nope. Fergie has nothing to do with this shit. I can't think of their name. Maybe it's like the Pea Patch. I don't know. They're twins, and they go around playing the bluegrass and singing together. I've heard from people that grew up with them at church, like they went to church together, and they're like, we're going to come up with like 4 questions that have like the same answer, but they could be whatever.
Yeah.
Like, what's your favorite date? What's your favorite airplane?
March 13th because it's not too hot. It's not too cold. All you need is a light jacket.
But like, so they got the one girl to answer the questions, and they went to the different room in the church and asked the same girl, and she answered all of them
The
correct.
same?
It's exact,
Wow.
and they're identical twins. I think that's a real thing.
I think so too. I think he's
But like, it's weird to say like identical twins have it and fraternal don't. Like, they grew up in the same amniotic fluid. They don't look the same. They don't.
yeah, but it's not the same egg, right? That's the difference.
Yeah, that's where it's
Because
at.
identical twins split from the same egg.
Yes, it's one egg that splits.
Fraternal
mirrored.
twins, it was 2 eggs
Right.
that
It's-
got fertilized at the same time.
Yeah, because daddy's a bad boy.
Or mama spit an extra one out.
She can spit as many as she wants out, but
She
like,
spit more of her
daddy's
mouth
not-
than took.
Yeah. I made all those babies. I did that. That was actually like my worst fear as a growing up. Was what having twin girls, and it was the first fucking thing I did. What are you gonna do? They're good girls. Daddy's proud. I think there has some like I really do think like the twin thing is a thing. Even if it's identical or fraternal, I think they've been around each other enough and they can read. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird thing.
No, I think paternal twins still have it. I just don't think it's as strong.
Well, identical twins should have the same brain.
I think biologically they do.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, but I've known identical twins to be like almost like polar opposites of each other. They're the same. They're the same, but like
They have opposite personality traits.
right. I know a set of twins that both developed schizophrenia at the same time.
Oh. Yikes.
Twin boys, and like when they hit the 21, 22 mark, they went bad
At the same time.
at the same time. They both would sing. They were like
Well, that's a chemical thing, so that would make sense that their bodies both.
they both
did the same
yeah,
thing at the
like they
same
produced
time.
the same thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know for a fact, but I think like they were experimenting with things that they shouldn't have, and it kind of triggered it pretty bad.
Yeah.
And like one's in prison because he stabbed a guy because he thought
Holy shit.
he was trying to kill him, and the other one was homeless. Now he's doing better after he saw his brother go through some stuff.
Yeah.
That's a sad story.
That's rough.
They're both like incredibly gifted like singers, and they thought like people were stealing their songs in their head.
Wow.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. It's that's a weird concept to like think on. Is like identical. They're the same brain. Some things happen the same time.
Yeah.
My girls, they're fraternal. They're both opposites in every way. Like Karis she's like more muscle, more athletic in
Right.
a way, but Carrington's more like cerebral in a weird way.
Mm-hmm.
Not in a like I don't know. I just hard to explain. Carrington has more of like street smarts naturally. Like I can talk to her and we both like, yeah, we know what we're saying.
Right.
Yeah, we're both street dogs.
I got this.
We're both street dogs.
Got this.
It's weird. God, the fucking fact you said purple like
That is pretty wild.
really ruined my whole
That is pretty
diet.
wild. Did it ruin it or make it better?
It made it so much better. I was not expecting you to say purple.
It just literally was like the
My reaction should tell you that I wasn't planning on that to be. Yeah. Like when you said purple, I was like, God fucking damn it! Oh no! Yeah.
Well, I mean that that lines up with our friendship in general, though. It's just like there'll be some random bullshit. It's like, oh yeah, this is perfect.
So when I was this will be the best I've ever been in my life. Me and Hayden Fagg were in Oklahoma because we're working. We went to Bricktown. We went to this bar, and there was a chick there. And, like, if you have a wingman, he'll say whatever it takes.
Yeah.
So he goes, yeah, my homie's psychic here. It's wild. He can guess your name first try. And, like, in that moment, I was like, yeah, you're right. Like, whatever he says, I will try.
Right.
Whatever the fuck. And this chick's like, what's my name? I was like, it's Amanda. And she goes, what? It is Amanda. What's my last name? And I went, Eldridge. And it was. I fucking hit her name and her last name just like Amanda Eldridge.
That's wild.
She showed me her license and she was almost crying. She's like, what else do you know? And I was like, oh God, I fucked up.
I don't know.
And Hayden was like, oh shit. He's like, did you know who that was? Like, I had no. That's the only time in my life I've ever done anything like that.
That's fucking nuts.
And like when he said like, yeah, my boy's psychic, he can just fucking know shit. It's wild. He's like, I can't hide secrets from my boy. And she was like, what's my name then? She hasn't said her name at all. I didn't hear it at the fucking... Yeah. I didn't hear anything. She was just a baddie sitting in the...
Well, and like, so that even if you had her like order a drink and, hey, what's the name on your tab?
Yeah.
Oh, it's...
Amanda.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know it was Eldridge. That was just a name I pulled out of my fucking gourd, dude.
Random word, too.
Dude, like, I wish...
Smith would have been the easy one, right? Jones,
Jackson, Smith.
Yeah, not...
Eldridge. Yeah. I don't know. We went back to the hotel. I didn't go with her because she was freaking out and like left us. She's like, this motherfucker knows
She
shit.
had a nervous breakdown.
She's like, she knows shit. I can't fucking be with this guy. So we went to the hotel and we sat in the lobby. He's like, how the fuck did you... I was like, dude, I can't explain it. I can't explain it. I can't explain it.
Just went purple in my brain.
Yeah. I just said a name. And maybe that's it. Maybe that's like something you can tap into and you don't realize it. Like if you can like fucking
I think
like
instinct is a lot. I think a lot of instinct is led by something.
Yeah. Like people that quote unquote say they're psychic, they can read the person.
Yeah.
Oh, you had somebody let you down. They're here with us right now. They're so sorry.
Yeah.
You're so young.
Yeah.
How could they do that?
I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah. My grandma. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And a lot of those things are like apply to 95% of humanity.
1,000%.
So it's like, oh yeah, you're playing the odds at this point in time.
Right.
There's a reason psychics don't make $1 billion gambling.
If I had the ability to see the numbers, oh my God.
Over.
I would be king of the universe. The lottery wouldn't exist.
And it'd be like, oh, the true ones don't do that because they know they can't take advantage of their gifts or lose it.
No, the fucking... Yeah, that's...
Let me do it twice. Take these gifts. I'll be a bazillionaire. I don't care.
Let me do it once when the lottery's at the highest point. Let me do it once, and you can have these gifts. You can put those gifts up your ass. I don't give a fuck. I just need it one time.
Yeah.
One time.
Because then I'll have enough money to go dig up a djinn in Egypt and have all the wishes I want.
What would you wish for? I just want to know.
I don't know.
My first wish would be blowjobs for all my boys.
You got to be more specific because then it's going to end up being all your boys giving each other blowjobs because jinns are assholes.
Oh, yeah.
They're cruel genies. Jinns are the bad genies.
That's the Jewish genie, right?
Sure. Turkish.
Same thing.
Mm-mm.
No.
Mm-mm. No, it's not.
This is why I need to get laid. I will say whatever I feel like. I don't know. So if I had 3 wishes and you couldn't wish for more wishes.
Yeah, it's the goal. You can't wish for love.
Can't wish for death. Tell somebody.
Can't wish for more wishes.
Can't wish for more wishes. Golden 3.
Yeah.
I would wish that 40 generations past me never have to worry about money.
Yep, I go with that.
Just they're set. 41, I don't know you. I'm so
Sorry.
sorry. That's such a long ways away.
It's so many years.
God, it's hard to think after that.
I know.
Because it's kind of like that's all I think about is that would mean I'd have that kind of wealth too, right?
It depends on how you worded it.
Yeah, I would have to say me and
Starting now,
right this second.
myself and the next 40 generations
Yeah.
are set for life.
Yeah. Then I would wish that they would have the wherewithal to be with a person that wants to be with them, not their money. That's wish number 2. So they would just be like, this guy doesn't want to be with me, or this girl doesn't want to be
Right.
with me. So they're set. They're set. Then I'd wish for 1994 Carmen Electra.
It's going to be selfish a little bit,
Just
right?
a little bit, yeah.
Man, I don't know. I've never been good with these kind of questions.
So if I had wealth, most of it's set.
Yeah.
Like the things I want are so stupid.
We are very simple creatures.
Like a fucking 83 square body Chevrolet truck.
Yeah.
But
Like, I want to do this and not have to worry about money.
that's it.
That doesn't mean that I want to do this and be homeless.
No.
It means, like, I want to be financially secure.
Yeah. It's not a
And
big
do
number.
this.
It's not a big number.
It's not.
It's not. Let's see.
I want no debt and enough money to do whatever the fuck I want to do with it.
If I
The problem is, though,
if this podcast brought $4,000 a month, give or take,
I would still have to work. You double it would be fine.
if we're just doing this,
Yeah, we're wishing right now. There's a genie in the room.
if this podcast,
Let's call it 10. Five apiece.
I'm not saying 4 like 2 to you, 2 to me.
Oh, a piece?
4 each, $8,000.
That'd be close to what I make now.
I'm just talking about me.
Yeah.
Yeah, $4,000 a month
Yeah.
for me and you to have separately.
Don't even break down monthly. $100,000 a year.
Yeah. If this could produce that,
Even 75, 80.
yes,
Yeah.
we could do it full time
Yeah. Yeah.
easily.
Yeah. I'd probably be happier.
We probably make more money if this is all we focused on,
True.
because we would just do it every day.
Yeah.
We just talk shit.
Dude, I would be,
We'd watch the news like a fucking
I
psycho.
would be in so many stupid books.
You wake up and you read,
Yeah. Well, my only job today is to research what we're going to talk about.
and if you had the extra like cash to be like, "Hey, we heard your story. Would you love to come to fucking Gilmer, Texas?"
yeah. Or, hey, we'll come to you.
That's how this is what this podcast is meant to be. We just go.
Yeah. I like the setup we currently have is in an airline checkable case.
We can do this
I
anywhere.
throw that bitch on the airplane, throw a backpack on my back, go somewhere for 2 days.
Maybe we should come up with a price to just do a podcast on the road. Like, hey, do you want to get your fucking word out?
Like,
Will these mic stands fit in the case?
no, but I can I have a bigger case.
You have hookups.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes
I
sense.
could permanently borrow one.
That would be dope. I think the genie could like wish that for you, or Jen. Every Jen I've known makes me very sick. I don't like
I
Jen.
love Jen.
You do, and you didn't have the same fucking life I had with Jen.
No.
We played a game called Drunkopoly, and it's just fucking Monopoly but with liquor. And
They're spelled differently, by the way.
JYNJIN.
JANN and GIN.
Is that how it's spelled?
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The drink is with a G. Because you guzzle it.
Is it really J?
JINN. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I think.
thought it was like J.
Or maybe it's like
GYN.
maybe it's DGIN. Yes, sir.
Just gotta get the hug out.
Yeah, it's about bedtime for these boys.
Sleepy boys. Yeah, we can end it. It's fine with me.
DJINN,
Like degent.
kind of, but magical and not bullshit.
Time signatures. What are those? I'm so ready to play music again.
Me too.
I don't know when that's gonna happen, but like
We've got some people we need to reach out to, and we need to quit being cowards about it and just say, hey, you want to do this or not?
I'm so
But
nervous.
I'm at the point where I want to be really particular.
Yeah. I've been in the bands where like whatever happens happens.
So like, I think we're at the point where we can be like, all right, hey, we're gonna jam
Yeah.
a couple times, and if it's not what we're looking for, it's not what we're looking for.
If we don't write 4 songs in the first band practice, it's not what I want.
I think we could jam with anybody though and write 4 songs.
I
in a
think we could
practice.
too, yeah.
So that's not a very good caveat.
No, it's not.
It's got to be based on feel. Like, so sure, yeah. Say we jam with 3 different groups.
So Ollie's had a show Friday, and that's the first one I've missed since it's been a thing.
Yeah.
And it's actually, to be honest, it's one of the only shows I've wanted to go to.
Yeah.
Because that Hag lead singer. I wanted to be like, what up?
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl, you Shreveport, me Longview. We can make it figure it out. You know, I-20 ain't that long.
318 minus 903 is me and you, baby.
Baby! That's a good one. I'm going to get that a t-shirt on made, yeah?
Write it down.
That was good as fuck. I'm not even going to lie. Like, that was good. I swipe on Shreveport girls, and I'm like thinking, like, it's just a fucking hop, skip, and a jump.
It is 1 hour and 25 minutes from my driveway to the middle of downtown Shreveport.
That's what I'm saying. I'm in Liberty City. I got to fucking stretch. It's an
Just
hour.
closer to 20, yeah.
Yeah, I can fucking make it happen. When we went through Shreveport to go to Castor, and then I told my mom, I was like, yeah, we were in Shreveport last weekend. It's weird that I'm here again. And she's like, what were you in Shreveport for? I was like, oh, my friend has a 90 covers band, and I got really drunk. And she's like, did you drive? I was like, maybe. You want to fucking figure it out?
She'd be like, no, Matt drove. And she'd be like, you're Matt.
No, I didn't say. I love leaving my mom.
It would have been fun, though, for you like, no, the other Matt drove. And she'd be like,
You're Matt. She knows about.
she's like, no, the other Matt, the one that lives in my brain.
yeah. He's here.
This sober Matt is locked up until it's time to drive home. I let him
When
out.
he has to turn on the Starship,
Yeah, he gets to
comes
drive.
through. Yeah. No. My mom's wise to my ways. She's so worried about me. I was like, I'm 36. It's over. If I go to prison forever, it's...
Mom, you've done the best you could.
Mama tried. Mama tried. I God bless her soul. She wants me to go to church on Easter Sunday again. I was like, I don't know if I can. I did it last year, but I was like, last year, I just finished the latest season of Righteous Gemstones. So
And then go to church after that's wild.
No, I'm lying to you. I went to Mother's Day service for my mom.
Yeah, you went to Easter.
I
with
went to Easter
Josh.
at Josh's, and it was. So I'm sitting with Dennis.
You sent me a picture.
Yes,
You were miserable.
I was sitting with Dennis, and I was sitting like Dennis and his family. Shout out Dennis, I miss you. Hate that you hate me. I don't know what happened.
Super weird.
And then Josh's family was like over this way. And like we had to stand up and put your hands together for the risen king. And I was like, all right, I'll do that. And then like everybody came out in matching like bomber jackets and khakis. And they're like clapping. And I was like, I have to leave.
This is weird.
And it took Chad sending the fucking was it Legend? It was Tim Curry's Satan.
Yes.
He sent that picture. I was like, I'll be okay. At least I'm not doing that today. This is not what I'm doing. That's right. I went to my mom's Mother's Day service there, but I went to the church thing at Josh's, and it was brutal.
That's the only bad thing about this room. When the dog barks, it's loud.
Yeah, you're supposed to go to church on Easter. I get it, but like, it's not my favorite.
No. I might be in Orlando that week.
For what?
Work.
You're gonna go to Disney World, aren't you?
No.
Disney
Can't-
World. No,
can't-
it's World.
I couldn't afford either one of them. It doesn't
No.
matter.
No.
If I go, I'll probably only be there for like 2 days. But it's up in the air right now.
Just tossing it up.
Yeah.
Well, we don't record on the weekend, so that makes sense.
I just don't know when it will be during the week. So.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
Yep. All right. Hey, I'm gonna have to go put my kids to bed.
I hope you do it like the old school way. Get your ass in bed.
Get your ass in bed. Go in there, lay down.
Get in there.
Get in there, lay down.
I hear you talking. I'm gonna come in
Hey,
there.
I'm gonna send a boogeyman in here.
Yeah.
A Rougaroo.
Yeah. Roo-de-roo. All right, y'all be good to each other.
We love you guys.
Sorry, this was a weird
Sorry
one.
it was a clusterfuck catastrophe, but hey, you know what? We had a good time. We love you. Take care of each other. Be a decent human.